Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome to Fun Speculation Podcast Ultimate in the PM show featuring Mav and Pong Soul and Fuzzy Belvedere when he shows up after being on set, and sometimes Jasper if he's not in space, and once in a blue moon 3-bit if he's not doing his thing, and whoever else ends up hopping in here, you know the drill. The Fun Spec fam always has the open door, but we never know who's going to show up. But right now it's just me and Pong. Fuzzy said he's on his way. But thank you all for being here. Today is a day of FOMO for me and swallowing that FOMO big time as I've been watching unboxing videos and different things. Everybody's brand new shiny toy, the Xbox Ally X and the Xbox Ally. You know, there's lots of cool videos out there, lots of reviews and stuff about the Xbox Ally today. And, I'm just a little bit feel like I'm missing out, but it's okay. Time will eventually heal all wounds, and maybe eventually I'll be able to grab one too. If I end up still wanting one, who knows? Who knows? Maybe the FOMO will pass. I don't know, man. But thanks everybody here for being here and watching this podcast and being here every week. I see all these awesome names repeatedly always showing up here in the chat, and just want to say thank you to all of you who do show up. And either if you're watching live or after the fact or whenever you're checking us out, or if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever, I appreciate each and every single one of you. If you do like our shows, hey, hit the sub button, like it, share it out, notification bell, all that cool stuff greatly helps us grow. I remembered to say that at the beginning of the show, Pong. I hope you're proud of me. But yeah, you guys rock. Thank you all for being here. And like I said, I am joined by the one and only Pong Soul. How are you doing, Pong? Are you having this FOMO that I'm having, or no? You don't want a $1,000 handheld right now?
No. How many times do I have to say it? I don't get the point. I never will understand this point. I just don't. I'm never not around a TV when I'm home. I guess a lot of people do, ride buses or are at places where they don't have access to the TVs, or they share their TVs with the family or whatever the case may be. So I get the concept, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm just not a mobile handheld dude. Like, I just never have been. And like I said all along, I said this, I said I would be interested in this device if it would play native games, right? It would be more interesting to me, and yet we're not there yet. So again, this is a test bed, and it is what it is. So no FOMO for me. I'm just happy that I get to play any games these days whatsoever. I got to hop in for a little Battlefield with you guys the other night, which was great, because that's basically the only thing outside of I did try Ball X Pit last night, or Ball versus Pit, whatever you guys want to say. I hate when they do that. It used to just be V if you're going to do versus.
Yeah, it always confuses me too, man.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like I don't know how to say it when there's an X there.
Right.
Like I want to say like
Some
cross.
say versus. Right. But I don't know if that's right. So anyway, somebody in the chat, if you guys know what that is, let us know.
I just say X too.
Yeah.
Actually, at this point.
At this point, yeah. So, but Battlefield 6 is freaking fantastic, and obviously we got news today. It's 7 million sold, which I'm sure you'll mention in the show as well. 7 million copies already sold. I mean, come on, man. Like, this is the start that we all kind of talked about for Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 is freaking fantastic. What can I say? I can't wait to watch Zempel and his team continue to grow this out. And then Ball X Pit, by the way, if we're just going to go with X, Ball X Pit, brand new game that just dropped into Game Pass. Massive reviews. I think it's sitting at an 86 or an 87 on Open Critic right now. This is another
one of those roguelite addiction games, right?
Bro, survivors, vampire survivor genre. Okay, I know a lot of people are like not into them. A lot of people are tired of them. I won't. Myself, PTK Blam, Mav, you. There's a group of us who absolutely love these games. I freaking love these games, Mav. Deep Rock, Deep Space,
Deep Rock Galactic, yeah.
Deep Rock Galactic is
Survivor,
still one of my favorite games of the year. And again, I haven't played all the games this year, so I'm behind. But I'm just saying it's one of my favorite games of the year, and it's one of these types of games. And it's freaking amazing. And this one takes a new spin on it as well, with some bullet hell to it, some arachnoid. If you guys remember going back in the arcades to that game with the old ball, it's got a mix of all these different genres, but it is a Vampire Survivors roguelike game. You got to build out your city to open up new characters. You got to collect materials by sending villagers, but you got to bounce them off the walls like you do with the balls that you use to, fight. You in the mini game, you got to send your villagers and they bounce off the walls and collect, and they can miss, and they only have a certain amount of time that they have to collect. It's really weird, and you got to have them hit the buildings to build the buildings to get new characters open. It's just a really funky, fun ass concept, and the different types of balls that they have and shit. Pause. I've never said balls this many times. I don't think they're in an intro in a long time. But
You're talking about a game called Ball.
Ball X Pit, right? But I'm just saying these balls in general, they are freaking fantastic, and you can combine them together like Vampire Survivors, and you can mutate them and evolve them. And there's a lot of strategy, and like you, kind of like Vampire Survivors, they don't tell you a whole lot.
Yeah, you got to figure it out.
It's like, hey, go try this shit out and see what you come up with. But it's dope, man. I was having a great time with that as well. And then I know we're going to talk about it as well, but for anybody who's been living under a rock today or whatever the case may be, and I am kind of under a rock these days. But sad day too, Mav, and we're going to talk about it. But Itagaki, Tomonobu Itagaki, one of the goats, at least one of the goats in my opinion, and I've got some things to say. Passing away today at age 58. This is the worst part. My dad always warned me, and I've said it before on these shows, and for the younger people that are listening in our audience, this is a true thing. My dad always told me when I was younger, the worst part about getting older, one of the worst parts about getting older, is that the people that you grew up with, or the celebrities, the people that you kind of grew up with on TV, or just musicians, etc., start dying and start passing away.
We just, speaking of musicians too, we just had D'Angelo.
Yeah. D'Angelo just passed too.
Yeah, and Diane Keaton.
And now we just Ace, the guitarist from Kiss, is also.
Oh, really?
Ace Frehley. Yeah, Ace Frehley just died as well. So that is the worst. It is one of the worst parts about getting older. It truly is, watching these people that you look up to, or that that created something that you enjoyed, passing away. And Itagaki is one of those for me, for sure. And we'll talk about it. But yeah, sad day as well to hear that for the video game community.
Or family members too, man. It's like, it's like I lost two uncles in a month. Just last month. It's just crazy how when you get older all this kind of happens, So it's like
it can happen fast and you never know.
Yeah. But we had some massive lot. Like, this is a gaming podcast, so obviously, and we can get into it to start with, actually, with Itagaki. Tomonobu Itagaki is, for me, like, seeing all of the early Xbox era and 360 era and stuff, seeing like a lot of the videos with dev interviews and all these other kind of things, was like he jumped off the screen as like this cool ass rock star image developer, you know what I mean? And he was always sitting there in his black leather jacket with the sunglasses on, sometimes smoking a cigarette, just chilling right there and being like, yeah, this game has this game has this. I hope everybody it's just real chill. It never got excited or whatever. He's just so calm and relaxed and stuff. And people that say they met him at shows always say he kind of was like that in person, but is always very personable and stuff to them as well. And always willing to talk to everybody and stuff. But I mean, to be the founder of Team Ninja, one of the most legendary gaming studios in gaming, and then create, the Ninja Gaiden franchise as we know it today, and then also what I mean is the original Xbox Ninja Gaiden games and beyond then, and then Dead or Alive as well, right? So Which was your favorite out of those? Were you more a Dead or Alive guy? Yeah, I know the answer to this. Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
Everybody knows like the
I know
girls are
the
Dead
answer
or
to this.
Alive. I mean, come on now. Like I can't, you know. Um, I, I guess as far as a complete game
Yeah.
goes, right? I would say Ninja Gaiden, right? I mean, again,
Mm-hmm.
it was amazing, right? And what he did with that franchise is absolutely incredible, right? And even on the difficulty and that kind of stuff, of course, they came out when I was younger, and of course, I played off my buddy's brother's Xbox, original Xbox, when I first played the first of his Ninja Gaidens. But I was blown away, like again, and that just that sat with me for a long time. But as a fighting as a very 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 non-competitive fighting dude who just likes to play against the computer, I touch a lot of
Mm-hmm.
fighting games. Dead or Alive was freaking fantastic. I love Dead or
Oh yeah.
Alive. And then obviously it turned into beach volleyball, with, of course, just Gooner Central, man. I mean, it's fantastic. But yeah. So I think overall, as far as the game goes, I'd say Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, those Ninja Gaiden games are some of my favorite, like earlier Xbox games and stuff. And um, yeah, Dead or Alive. I remember when the 360 launched. I think it was a Dead or Alive 3 or 4. That was like a launch
It was three.
title, I think, or
Wasn't it three?
close to
Oh, it was
launch.
three. No, hey, hold on. Three is
It
360,
had
wasn't it?
like the multiplayer where it was like really community focused, and you had these little avatars that would walk around the player area, and you could even
Yeah.
see the matches going on the screen. It just like it was so like beyond what we were used to getting for multiplayer as far as fighting games at the time. They went above and beyond with it, and I remember playing the hell out of that game, man. It was such a great franchise. I actually like the last one that came out after it had gotten updates for this current gen. As far as like, I think they unlocked frame rates and all that kind of stuff. Like it plays butter, right? It's definitely
Yeah.
one I want to see come back at some point. But yeah, rest in peace to Tomonobu Itagaki, one of the legends and maybe one of the first Rockstar developers that I can really think
That's
of.
um that's what I always described him as, is the motley crew
Yeah.
of game developers, right? He was the motley crew of game developers. Um it goes it goes pretty deep for me with him, just because of what he stood for. And uh, people, if you're younger, or if you'd ever paid attention to the early days of video games, like a lot of us did, you probably won't know some of the stuff, that this industry was back in the day. So this industry was very much against Rockstar devs, and
Hmm.
still to a certain degree is nowadays as well. For whatever reason, and I've always, this is one of the most frustrating things about this industry that I've spoken out about before, along with the top secret side of this industry, is because when I look at video games, I look at other entertainment forms, specifically movies are very easy translation between video games and here, as far as how the business is kind of operate and
Yeah.
run. In Hollywood, directors got all the fame, man.
Yeah.
To have a big time director
Your
name
Christopher
on a
Nolan,
movie
Steven Spielberg,
can
Ron
make a movie.
Howard.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Can make a
Hmm.
movie. The video game industry, the AAA publishers, the big boys, and I'm talking about the big boys, the AAA publishers, and the money men at the top, these egocentric, of course, everybody's got ego, right? But these egocentric money guys, the CEOs, the CFOs of these big AAA publishers hate Rockstar devs. It's gotten better, but to a certain degree, they still do hate Rockstar devs. And I've never understood this. And they, especially back in the day, hated Rockstar devs like Itagaki, who would not toe the company line,
Yeah.
right? Who was eccentric, who was, now he ain't the first, right? I mean, you go back, if you want to go way back, id actually had some of the first rock
Yeah.
stars with John Carmack and of course John Romero, right?
Hmm.
They were rock stars. There was others, but I'm just saying truly people that kind of broke out the mold, right? And Carmack became a rock star for different reasons, because he was basically like astrophysicist developing games. And now he kind of, he went away after a while and started doing the science stuff again. John Romero was creative, the out there, the eccentric guy, still is to this day, between films and games and all that kind of stuff. In fact, we just heard that Xbox had another game in-house at his studio that was canceled. So this didn't start with Itagaki, but Itagaki came at that time, Mav, when Xbox became the new rebels in the industry, right?
Yep.
Itagaki loved that. He loved attaching himself to the rebel aspect of things because he didn't want to be somebody who was controlled. And that's why he, he's one of the founders of Team Ninja, and he committed to making games to Xbox, right? Back when hardly any Japanese developers were willing to touch an Xbox, right? But he saw the vision, and he saw that his games could be taken to a new level with what you were talking about, Mav, as far as the online play and all that kind of stuff goes. Itagaki loved that stuff. He loved the cutting edge. He loved to be a part of that kind of rebel aspect of the video game industry. And so that just brought him to a higher level. And you talked about his interviews as well, Mav. A lot of people are playing clips from his interviews, and it's amazing because he did have a really, you'd think he would be really bombastic and outspoken.
Yeah, no, he's just super quiet and chill. Yeah.
Chill,
he's literally like,
yep.
Yeah.
Couldn't care less, but still dropping nuggets, right? There's an interview going around today when somebody asked him about how he viewed making video games. And he said, I'm not just making games, I'm making entertainment. And what entertainment means is that's why we have sexy women. That's why we have violence. He's like, that's why I have that in my games. And you could see the smile kind of crack upon his face, but that's who he was. And that's what his games evolved into. But the rock stars back then were ostracized. To go back to my original point, Cliffy B came along, who was a massive rock star, and they hated him for it. They hated him, Mav. They hated everything about him. Now, Cliffy's become a little weird in his old age for a variety of reasons that I won't get into here. But anyways, he's gotten a little weird off of his rebel kind of side of things. But back in the day, he was one of the outsiders. He was trying to change the game industry, right? And he came in with that attitude, pull up in his Lamborghinis. Like, that was the dude, right? Cliffy B, Kojima. And we saw what Konami did to Kojima, right? When he became too big and they didn't want him around anymore. Like, I can't ever imagine, Matt, being any of these big publishers and going, I don't want these guys around. Like, these dudes are they're creating some of the biggest and best games. And you're just like, now we don't want.
Yeah, but then you end up with Randy.
Huh? Yeah, I was getting to Randy here in a minute.
Right.
I was getting to Randy in a minute too, though, because Randy's another one that was in that group as well. And you had Peter Molyneux, right? Again, all these guys had their different quirks, right, Mav, is what I'm getting to. All these guys had a different quirk. Peter Molyneux, right?
Promised the moon. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But undeniably did things that pushed the industry and games forward, right? Undeniably still caused a stir, right? Still was a rock star, even though he was this, balding, kind of older looking European dude that didn't really, he wasn't Itagaki, he was a rock star, but people stopped and wanted to hear what he had to say when he was on stage, right? Jasper, great to hear you, by the way. Ken Levine, right? Ken Levine came along, same thing, super eccentric behind the scenes, high pressure dude, right? Known for getting into it with his devs, known for pushing people's buttons, right? A lot of people say they can't work for Ken Levine because of the way that he wants a ship run. And he got pushed out after creating one of the greatest series of all time in BioShock, right? Itagaki was in the same boat with all of these guys. Todd Howard. Todd Howard's another.
Vincent Pella.
And Vincent Pella now, more so now because of the length of history, not because he has this big attitude, not because he's always out there, right? But because of the length of time and the success that he has found.
Yeah, he's not really putting themselves out there, but because of his body of work, it's gotten
Yeah, they all do it differently. Randy Pitchford, when he created Gearbox, and he was this, again, I joke about Randy, and I don't like where Randy's gone now as the corporate shill, as the bootlicking but that's how he's kept his company, right? But he was out there, and every time he spoke on stage, people stopped, and they still do to a certain degree, but he was out there, and he promoted the hell out of Gearbox, and he wound up being the lead and heading up Borderlands and creating Borderlands. Like, these guys broke molds, and Itagaki was one of the biggest mold breakers out there, and he is responsible for two of the biggest franchises of all time. And then AAA got done with him, and then the Me Too movement came along, and there was some serious unfounded allegations against him, I will say, but it didn't matter back then. Everybody believed the accusers. And at that time, of course, companies aren't going to want to touch people in that. There was a lot of people wrapped up in that, right? And so then he kind of drifted away. And for anybody who doesn't know, Itagaki for a while did leave game development. And he actually went and started teaching. And for a while, he taught, I think for almost 7 or 8 years, I want to say. He taught developers, young up-and-coming developers over in Japan. He wanted to be a mentor to up-and-coming developers, and he did that for a while. And then, of course, he came back with a new studio and created the Devil's Own, I think is the name of it.
Yeah. It was like Team Vikings or something like that. Or
something like that. Yeah. But and then never just really got another chance at a big game. Mav, you can go back and watch our podcast, right? We talked about this. Remember, there was a time when he came out. Remember, he was publicly asking Phil, like saying, "Hey, Phil, I want to come work for you guys. Like, I'd love to make."
Yeah, well, people would interview him and ask if he'd like to work with Xbox again. And he's like saying, "Yeah, I'd love to. Let's do it."
Yeah,
and
exactly.
We're like, "Yes, let's do it. Let's go."
Yes, please bring Itagaki back on board again, please, because we wanted Xbox to. We even talked about it for. Killer Instinct, right? Bringing back a fighting franchise, right? Doing something underneath Xbox. But he never really got the chance again to work with a big publisher, obviously. And he never got to get back into it. I still said that I thought he had a game or two left in him. I don't think somebody loses it after creating two of the biggest franchises in those specific genres that the world has ever seen. I don't think you necessarily just lose it out of the blue. And I think that Itagaki could have done something great if he had the backing of a big studio, but that never came to pass. And then to find out today that he had actually died was shocking, man. It was a gut punch. But the outpouring, if you want to know how people felt about him, especially in the East, go look at the developers that are talking about him. One of the, obviously, what's his face from Tekken? Harado, right? Is it Harado?
Yeah.
Harado, who is now Rockstar in his own right as well, right? Harado has put out a big post, I think last year, that most of us picked up on, and it was a long thread talking about his relationship with Itagaki, and that competition between Dead or Alive and the personal competition, the Dead or Alive and Tekken, and the personal competition between him and Itagaki is what drove him and Tekken's success. It was a massive part of why he became as big and as good as he was at directing Tekken. And that history stayed. Like, Itagaki and him would go back and forth, but it was a gentleman's kind of feud. It was a mutual respect thing. Itagaki would always treat him like the little brother more so than anything. And Harado hated that Itagaki looked at him that way. But at the same time, he obviously respected what Itagaki had done. But that rivalry is what pushed him to make Tekken better and better and better. And he just put out a post today talking about exactly that. He actually retweeted his own, quote tweeted his own thread on that. So if you guys want to go see that, it's underneath his post that he made about Itagaki today, explaining the whole history of that.
Katsuhiro Harada. That's the name.
Harada. Yeah, thank you. And it's just it's absolutely incredible. But more than just that, Kamiya showing respect today for him. A bunch of people coming out and saying, that you were my inspiration, you were my mentor, you meant so much to me, even more so just in the video games industry. This dude was beloved. And you see some of the journalists now coming out too tonight, Mav. I caught some of that as well. Journalists who had a chance to interview him, or just people in general who bumped into him at shows and stuff. And they had nothing but nice things to say, like that he was just a cool dude to hang out with. And that he was always pleasant to talk to. And so he might have seemed like he had this air about him, and he did, of course. He was eccentric. And you might think that he was full of ego, but from everybody who ever talked to him, it didn't come off like Kamiya, right? A lot of people have that obviously about Kamiya and don't like him for that reason. But with Itagaki, it never was that way when he was speaking to somebody. And I just think that we've lost a great one. We've lost one of the greats. He's a GOAT in my book.
Yeah.
For those two franchises alone. I think that this industry, not just with him, Mav, but this industry in general is worse off for how they've treated all the Rockstar devs and how they've isolated a lot of the Rockstar devs and how a lot of them have had to leave over the years to start their own studios. I think this industry missed a massive moment that they could have had with a lot of these guys that would have been like Hollywood with the big directors.
Yeah.
That these guys would have been around.
I mean, they helped sell the games.
Their name on it. They did. They did.
You know,
absolutely
like,
did.
That's the same with Kojima now. Like
even more, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what we see, right? Yeah. And with social media blowing up, like if we still had all these guys around, the Dennis Dyax, right? Dennis Dyack was done dirty as well, even though he did. Again, a lot of these guys made their own mistakes too. Sometimes,
but some of these guys were great at selling. You know what I mean?
But they were great at selling.
Yeah.
They were great at selling, man. And they had big ideas. And yes, a lot of them failed in their big ideas. Itagaki is not one of them that failed in his big ideas. He actually made his dream games, and they all worked except for obviously, you know, Devil's Own or Devil's Third. I can always forget the name of that one.
I think it was Devil's
Didn't live
Third.
up to. Yeah, it didn't live up to hype, but again, a lot of people did actually like it. But it was a small game. But I'm just saying, when he was given a chance with big games and creating Team Ninja, a lasting legacy like Team Ninja on top of it, that name will be known synonymously forever with the video game industry. Like, that's that type of stuff that I think that, you know, this industry needed more of and could still use more of is personalities like Itagaki. So this is a massive loss. It was a gut punch today for me personally. I really hate to see this go, man. I hate to see him leave, but Godspeed, good soul.
Kind of a surprise. It was just out of nowhere, you know?
58,
so it sucks.
I think D'Angelo just died too.
Yeah, we mentioned that too. Like I loved D'Angelo.
Ace Frehley of Kiss, guitarist, just died today too as well. So
yeah, it's crazy, man. And Diane Keaton, like I mentioned, we love Diane Keaton. I always liked her movies and stuff. I think I always liked her because she reminds me of my mom. Like she has like the same look about her and stuff, and like personality kind of. So it was kind of like whenever I was watching a movie, it's like, hey, that's my mom on screen or whatever.
Dude, your mom's hot.
I'll tell her that you said that. Today's actually my mom's birthday. So
is it? Well, happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah,
happy birthday, Mom. And if you look like Diane Keaton, Mom, then you definitely are hot. So Diane Keaton was always a fan favorite.
Pong said my mom's hot. If she looks like that. Yeah, y'all are about the same age, Pong. So.
Oh boy, stop it. Stop it.
Oh, man.
Putty, you're right. People should give more love more often. And I think that's why I brought up Harada and what he said last year, because it was before Itagaki. I mean, there was no word that Itagaki was sick or anything. Harada just explained that respect, that level of respect, and that little brother, big brother relationship that they had. So I think a lot of people did, but obviously natural human thing to do is not say a whole lot when people are alive, and then when they're gone, everybody comes out of the woodwork, right? But I still think it's important to point out that this guy was not one of those, you know, ostracized. You know, he might have been ostracized by the big publishers and never given really a second chance again. But as far as the individual devs go, there's a lot of people giving him credit for their careers, for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's an awesome one, man. We'll miss him. But hello, Jasper. What's up, man?
Yo, I just got off work, ran in and saw it was 6:30. I was like, oh, the podcast is going on, so I jumped on. Yeah.
Right on, dude.
I was doing some fun stuff today.
Yeah, you get stuff you can talk about or stuff you can't talk about.
I can tell you all after, but it's not like it's not anything like
Yeah, right on. Awesome, man. Cool. Well, are you having Xbox Ally FOMO right now, Jasper?
I am not. I don't give a shit.
So I'm the only one. If Fuzzy ends up showing up, we'll have to ask him, like, or maybe he probably got one in secret. Or did he tell us that it was getting?
No,
one?
he
I
said he
can't
was going to
remember.
hold off because he wasn't going to spend $1,000.
Right.
I think he
Okay.
said he was going to hold off.
Yeah, it's that FOMO's getting me, man. Like I really want one, and you know, I'm not like a big traveler, so like, but I do play like in bed sometimes, like we're watching movies and stuff. So right now, like when I do that, I'll set up the tablet and cloud stream and stuff. But like, if it had good Wi-Fi on it, which is like, I put out a tweet asking anybody that has one, let me know how great the Wi-Fi signal is on those
I
things because
saw
the Switch 2 one sucks. So I'm curious about the
in
Xbox
the
Ally.
in the Linus Tech Tip videos, he said he had like a gig and a half download speed on it. So, but I mean, I don't know if that's because he was right next to his
Yeah,
router
I
or
mean more
what.
so about range. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like all
Yeah,
my
the Switch
other
sucks.
all my other devices work great in my house, like wherever I'm at. But specifically this besides the Switch 2. And the original Switch had the same problem, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just don't. If I were to get one, I wouldn't want that same problem with that because of game updates and all these different things. Like I just want to leave it where I would normally play it. You know what I mean? Which is a dead spot for most things, and I don't want to move a bunch of shit around to try and just for that. So hey, if you got the Xbox Ally X, let me know about your Wi-Fi experience and how great the
It's
signal is.
$1,000. I'm sure it has
It
a better
should be.
Wi-Fi chip than a Switch.
It should be. It should be a lot better. You just never know sometimes though, man. Like, but yeah, I'm having a little bit of fun. Like, we are traveling later this month too, and it's like at the same time that Outer Worlds 2 comes out. So I was like, man, like that's thinking about that is like, okay, that'd be really
Did you see
cool.
that gameplay trailer today?
Yes, it's looking so
It's
good.
looking so good, bro. It's even got steel. It's even got steel because you know how they mentioned they got a third person view, close
Yeah.
and far that you could do.
So he's
Bro,
excited
said,
for
"I'm
it now?
listening." Yeah, he's excited for Outer Worlds.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
I think
I'll-
he's gonna try it.
I'll probably just bring my backbone or something with me and use that to try it out or something like that. But yeah, Outer Worlds 2 is coming out later this month. Ninja Gaiden 4, speaking of Ninja Gaiden, is coming out soon as well. We have also Keeper coming out, and Black Ops 7's coming out soon. So lots of games coming out soon that would be good to have as Xbox Anywhere.
You know what else is coming out soon? It's a handheld. Pokemon comes out today, I think.
Oh, did you go get a Switch 2 for it?
For that shit.
I have a Switch 2, but I haven't picked up Pokemon yet.
Oh, okay. What have you been playing on your Switch?
I'll probably pick. I played Mario Kart for like the first week,
Yeah.
and then I haven't touched it.
Me and you have pretty much had the same path. I actually I booted up Vampire Survivors on it like last week just to like use it, just to say
I will
was
say
using
I
it.
will probably pick up Pokemon soon because I'm taking a trip to Florida at the end of the month, so I'll just play that on the
Yeah.
plane, I guess.
Yeah, it's
You
just
better
like
pick up Cyberpunk and play Cyberpunk, Jasper.
I've already played Cyberpunk.
But it's Pokemon and it looks like shit still, and they're jacking you. The frame rate's still terrible. I saw fucking the absolute graphics look like.
At least I'm playing a game made for the Switch, where Cyberpunk is still going to look like shit on the Switch, and it's.
It actually doesn't look bad.
yeah, that's one of the games we've actually been putting a lot of comparison videos out comparatively to the ROG Allies.
Doesn't look bad.
Because they're
Yeah.
like, wow, look how much better the Switch 2 looks than the Xbox ROG Ally X. It's like one of those fanboy things going around right now. They're ignoring completely every other game. And I think also they're putting it in like low quality mode and like low quality performance mode.
Probably.
And then on the Switch, it's like docked,
Yep.
and stuff. And anyway, it is what it is. Like the thing with the Xbox ROG Ally is you can actually adjust the quality of the graphics in the game and adjust your experience, right? So that's one of the benefits of it. If you want to sit there and actually have it plugged in, like, and you actually have it plugged
Somebody was
in,
getting
and
100
you can
frames on Battlefield 6. Did you see that today on a ROG Ally?
no.
Yeah, 100 frames.
You get like potato mode.
No, it was like 980 or something like that. I can't remember what it was. They were playing at something 900, a little above 900 maybe. But they adjusted the settings, but they got 100 frames. It actually looked halfway decent. That game is optimized to hell. Anyways,
Yeah,
they did a nice job.
When the beta was out, I remember playing it on my Series S in the living room, and I was like, wow, this is like, it looks almost the same as a Series X. Like, it just looks great. Yeah, speaking of Battlefield 6 too, man, like you mentioned like breaking records for Battlefield. There's been some drop off a little bit, which is expected. I think a lot of the Call of Duty guys that are like, hey, this isn't Call of Duty after all, like, are backing out already or whatever. But you know, you have your nitpickers and complainers and stuff. Every multiplayer game's gonna have that for sure. But overall, like, Battlefield 6 has been doing extremely well, and it's a huge thing for the franchise. I think it's going to be one of the more like long-lasting, prominent Battlefields we've ever had. I think over time we're gonna keep getting new stuff. They've been finding in some of the game files, I think there's like 4 other game modes or something like that hasn't even been released yet or even mentioned yet.
Water and boats.
Yes, naval warfare.
Yep. Yep.
So, man, this is, I think, the future for Battlefield.
I don't know if this is a hot take or a bad take for me to have, but I kind of hope that their battle royale mode doesn't succeed. That way, Battlefield focuses on what Battlefield is still, and not become like Call of Duty, where it's like, oh, Warzone's the next big thing. Let's just fucking put all our money and effort into Warzone.
Do they have
Still can't wait for battle royale.
Do they have a whole other team working on that, or is it like the same main group?
I'm not sure.
Because like, if it's a whole
joined at this point.
Yeah, because like Battlefield Studios now, right?
Right.
Yeah, and that's like a conglomerate of different studios.
The only good news is with them going private, like I said before, now that they've seen this much success, that Saudi money is going to be put towards Battlefield. Like, this is going to be one of their prime franchises. What a perfect time for that to happen. So we will get a lot more Battlefield in the future, right? So that is the good news. So
yeah, Battlefield, and I was looking through the sports games, I think are going to be put a lot of investment into.
Yeah, I mean, that's where they get all their money from.
But like you had mentioned before, like maybe we get some of the Fight Night back or things like that.
Maybe.
It'd be pretty cool.
Glenn Schofield is already pitching for new Dead Space to come back. Good luck.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna have money for that, but it'd be great if they could push it through. But yeah.
Well, he ended up doing that other game, right?
Callisto Protocol.
Right. Yeah.
He's no longer with that studio, right? He left.
Right.
After
he
that.
left right after it.
So now he's looking again, and he's been out there. I just saw it today. He's out there in some interview saying, "Yeah, let's get Dead Space rolling again. Now that you guys have gone private, let's bring it back." He wants back in again.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the guy that always, like, every time he came on stage, he's like a mob boss? It's like,
he's a mob boss.
Yeah,
he's straight out of Jersey, baby.
Like, I'm gonna be making this new Dead Space. What are you gonna do about it?
You're gonna play
give
it.
Me the money.
Or you're not gonna exist.
Just give me the money for the Dead Space. We're gonna put it out. Gonna make some more money for you, for me. Everybody happy here. Everybody's gonna be happy. I think Callisto Protocol is like one of those games that like could have had a massive success, but like it just didn't. Yeah, it just didn't take off like I think it could have. You know what I mean? Speaking of later, I don't know if you saw the DM, Jasper, but later on we're going to talk about our
saw it,
backlog.
And I was like trying to think about it when Pong was talking about Rockstar developers, but I was like, shit, now I got to come up with 5 games and like.
So later on, we're going to we talked about this a little bit because it's something I wanted to do with. We're getting kind of later into the generation, and there's so much stuff that's been dropping constantly, and like the last year even. It's just been insane. And I think for all of us, like, there's probably more games this generation that we haven't even had a chance to play that we want to play than any other previous generation. Like, it's just like it's been the golden age of just so many freaking releases. It's like nonstop. And there's a lot of people were complaining, there's nothing to play. I'm like, man, there's way too fucking much to play. Like, I can't get to everything. So I had made a list of some of the games that I regret not having touched and that I need to get into. Or also, like, that I started and like I was really digging it, but just kind of like something else came out or something else came out and then something else came out. And just never got back to playing it. You know what I mean? So, Massel says, Mav, the man of 1,000 voices. Yeah, I try. But yeah, let's get back into the Xbox Ally X as this is a huge release. It seems like mostly positive reception from the reviewers and people that have had their hands on with the device.
Not
so
Tom
far.
Warren.
Not Tom Warren. No, he was not happy. He was like, "This is a PC. They need to improve the experience." He was not happy.
Give it a 6 out of 10 and a
something
4
like
out
that.
of 10 or
Yeah.
something like that.
Surprisingly, IGN had given it a 9, which like their reviews are worthless to me. As pretty much everybody's are. You know, I've kind of got to judge things for myself, but overall, like a lot of people that had their early hands-on, so like had it for like a couple weeks and stuff, seemed like mostly really happy. I've seen a lot of like the tech sites and stuff that have had theirs say it's like the best PC gaming handheld out there. Pretty much is kind of what we're getting, and I think this is from the people that are used to using PC gaming handhelds that are already kind of like used to that experience. Are finding that this is a better experience for that, right, than previously. I think there's still a lot of confusion from the console enthusiasts that have been excited for this about what this is, and especially from the other side of people that are like just spreading misinformation about capabilities and stuff about like this can't even play games or natively at all and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of just like people don't know what this is, it seems like, for the most part. And I think now you're seeing a lot of the Xbox gamers get their hands on it. And, you know, the kind of, like we talked about before, like it's kind of marketing this as an Xbox device, right? Like if Microsoft and Asus says this is an Xbox, it's an Xbox because it has Xbox in the name. They determine that. We don't. Like if if every device they make in the future is Xbox branded and it's something like that, that's just what the new Xboxes are going to be, right? It's not for us to determine what an Xbox is. It's for the manufacturers to put the names on the products. They could say it's a fucking banana, and if they label it a banana, it's a fucking banana. It's a banana box or whatever they want to call it. It's just it is what it is. And so it's an Xbox by name.
You would not run with that if they said that.
If they said it was a banana, well, I'd be like, hey, they're rebranding. Hey, they changed the name to banana.
You would not come on this show and be like, okay, hey, guys, I guess it's the banana.
Hey, there's Apple. What's the fucking difference? We got Apple out there. Why can't Microsoft make banana?
Because BlackBerry failed too, okay?
Well, yeah, it's a BlackBerry fail, but maybe we'll have somebody else make orange, you know, or watermelon, you know, like, hey, things are named after things. It's up to the companies to determine what their products are and what they're called. It's not us. I can't say this is this or this is that. It's the companies that make it that say what it is or isn't.
Companies never lie in their advertising ever.
Hey, I'm not saying that they're not trying to trick Xbox gamers into buying PC handhelds. Like that 100%, they're ushering Xbox gamers into PC gaming with this device because they're like, how do we get the Xbox enthusiasts to buy PC handhelds? Well, we got to call it an Xbox. We got to revamp the UI a little bit. We got to do this and we got to do that, and that's going to be the iteration that we're going to use as a pathway towards our next generation. And gamers are getting more used to PC gaming these days, but these console enthusiasts, man, they just don't want to do it. So let's release a PC handheld and call it an Xbox. And let's call your phone an Xbox, and let's call that an Xbox too, or whatever. But if it's actually branded Xbox by the company, it's an Xbox. There's nothing we can do about it. It's what they said it is. It's got it on the product. It's got it on the name. It says it. So, hey, it's an Xbox. I do you not think the ROG Ally, Xbox ROG Ally X is an Xbox, Pong?
I just don't think it matters. I think it's one of the dumbest arguments that we've had in this community in a long ass time.
It is
I really
something that has taken on a life of its own.
It really, and again, it's because obviously people love to troll each other with this shit, but it's just, but people do get serious about it, and other people don't realize that people are trolling each other, and it becomes a serious topic of discussion. It matters less than zero if it's a PC handheld or if it's an Xbox. It matters less than zero. It changes nothing. Absolutely nothing changes. This thing could go on to sell 20 million units, and it would change nothing for the direction of Xbox. Okay? It means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. That's all I'm saying. This is one of the dumbest conversations of all time. Whatever.
So why do people get upset when people call it an Xbox? Why do you think that is?
Because they truly believe that it's just a PC handheld and that's what it's doing, and because they are the ones that believe, obviously, that Xbox is full third party and it doesn't matter anymore. Which, again, really.
But like, if our future devices are hybrid PCs, and they're labeled Xboxes, that's essentially the same thing, right?
Sure, but again, it's in
TV form instead of handheld form.
This is a third party.
So let's say we got all those third-party OEM devices later on next generation, and they're like running Xbox OS, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And they have Xbox branding and stuff on them.
If you want to say that it's an Xbox, be my guest. Like that, I'm
not saying it. I'm not saying
no. But I'm saying
I
honestly
and Asus.
I honestly don't care, right? But the idea that Xbox is now just a platform, that's fine. Then you could say everything is an Xbox. But obviously, people still think of that name as a dedicated hardware console unit, right? That's just what it is.
My point is, it doesn't matter what people think. It matters what the companies want to sell now. Because
but it matters to the arguments, Mav, that people want to have, because it matters in terms of sales numbers and all that shit that people want to argue about over it. Like that's
but it doesn't. Because go ahead, Jasper.
It doesn't matter.
I was gonna say, because Xbox is no longer a device itself. It's more just a platform which you are within a device. And I think that's what people are still struggling with, is because everyone's associated Xbox with, oh, this is a device, I'm playing an Xbox. Whereas now you're on the Xbox platform with any device. So is it an Xbox or is it not? Like that's where people are like, it's word semantics.
They've evolved to a higher form at this point, Jasper. They are no longer amongst the little people. They're up above us now. That's what's happened with Xbox.
There is this is that transition thing of used to something, and now they're calling something else that's completely different from that the same thing.
Correct.
So it's like, what? That's not that. But they could come out with anything else and call it an Xbox, and if they decide that's what it's called, it's the company that manufactures that makes the branding.
It's because the definition of Xbox, I think, has changed, and they're still just like the people have to adapt to what the new definition of Xbox is.
Yes, but who creates the definition of what Xbox is? It's not the consumer; it's the company that manufactures the brand and creates the brand. Right?
I guess. I mean, it's just if people buy into
along with it. Yeah. The consumer has to go along with the propaganda. Like, so,
100%. They may not buy into it or not, right? They a consumer may not like it or like the messaging or the branding, but it's still
in your scenario about a fucking banana. Like, no one's gonna buy it. If Microsoft tries to call the next Xbox banana, the public's not going to buy that. So that definition isn't going to fucking stay.
Right, but they could if they wanted to. If they released that, hey, this is our next generation. We're no longer Xbox. This is the banana. And everybody be like, what the fuck? It's a banana? When it hits the store shelves, it's still going to be called a fucking banana. And whenever we refer to it, it's going to be a banana. Why? Because Microsoft named it the banana.
But Mav, it's no different than the corporation Pong Soul. I am now saying I'm president of the United States. Okay.
No, if you own the United States, if you own the United States,
if I incorporated Pog Soul into a corporation that said I run the United States, I am now the president. Again, it's the same thing. I'm just saying this. You can say it all you want, but people don't have to buy into it, right? It can still be delusional. That's all I'm saying.
Well, like,
right.
Coke could change
right.
Mr. Pibb's name to Mr. Pepper. And all of a sudden, hey,
Coke
this is
make,
Mr. Pepper.
Coke could make a watermelon. Coke could suddenly change its formula and taste like watermelon and still call it Coke all day long.
Right.
But people aren't going to buy into that shit.
Yeah, 100%. But it's still a Coke if they say it is, because it's their product.
Okay, that's fine. But what I'm saying is the consumer still has to buy into what you're saying.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
100%.
Because a company can say whatever they want to. You're absolutely correct. The company can do whatever and brand themselves whatever. But the consumer also still has a part in it that they have to believe in, that they have to agree to that and say, okay, you're telling me this and I agree with you, so I'm going to go buy your product, right? Or I'm going to engage with you. Like,
right. Yeah. The success of something,
transaction.
The success of something is a whole nother story. Whether it's called something or not is just up to the company. So it's just a name. At the end of the day, Xbox is just a name.
But it was attached to something very specific.
It was, but technology changes. Like, technology changes over time. And everything is fluid.
But others in the same space are still making very specific items with the same names.
Right. So
that they used. So that's all. That's all there is. There's just like it's transition.
I got you. It is a very big drastic change, and it is causing mass hysteria online. I've been trolling with it a little bit, but like, it's just funny to see people get so triggered by it,
Right, because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter to any of the companies right now. Like, they're all doing their own thing. Something that we talked about was going to happen, Mav, is literally happening right now. All three companies are doing their own thing. So none of it really fucking matters anymore to this whole conversation. It really doesn't. It doesn't.
Right. 100%.
It just doesn't.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for the future. Like what matters is how successful it is. And what matters is people enjoying it and it keeps selling and them buying into it more and investing more into the future, right? So we'll see what happens.
The biggest thing that matters about it, Mav, is not, again, even the success of this specific device or devices, because there's two of them, really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. If you want to look at it from, and I'm trying to bring this back to more seriousness, because there is a conversation to be had around this, and we've already had it a few times. But what is really at stake here, Mav, if you want to look at it from a gamer standpoint, if you're an Xbox fan, is if they get this hybrid UI ironed out, if they fix all the things that were wrong with Windows gaming, if they can get this UI to work across all devices, and this is a guinea pig device right here. If Xbox can iron all of this out, and that's what Tom Warren's point was to his article, and his criticisms was there's still too many bugs. It still doesn't feel exactly the way it should, and there's a lot to be worked on. But if they can find success with the ROG Ally, any degree of success, and they can turn that into perfecting this UI, which will eventually become a universal UI on whatever device you freaking turn on, and you will have access to all of your games in the cloud. And so it doesn't even matter, as long as you have a controller and some type of screen, and you can hook it up to Wi-Fi and Bluetooth for the controller, you will be able to play your games, any game in your library. Ultimately, that is the biggest win for us gamers, and that's ultimately what their goal is at this point for Xbox, becoming this entire ecosystem, becoming a platform instead of a specific device or a specific, a set of devices. Then that's where we win, and that's where the success will be found for Xbox in overall. Go ahead, Justin.
I would say the biggest win out of this device for me specifically is that they managed to de-bloat Windows a little bit. So if they can continue to bringing that over to the actual desktop platform, then that's going to benefit all of PC gaming.
Yeah,
because we're all going to have that UI on our desktop.
I'll get into some more benefits here in a minute. That'll affect all of us too.
Play anywhere, all that.
Yeah. Hey, Fuzzy Belvedere, what is up, dude? I see you got Scott Pilgrim playing in the background. Awesome game. You doing good?
Yeah, had to feed the cat, so sorry for being late. And
Yeah. How many cats you got?
What the hell? You
Five.
got lions now? Oh, you're a Hollywood now. Okay, so you got lions and
Yeah, I
tigers
gotta-
and
had-
shit.
had
So
to go
you're out
feed
there
the
killing
cat.
cows, and then you
I was
gotta
just
go
hanging out
feed
with
them
Mike
like
Tyson.
meat.
He showed me his tiger.
Yeah.
You know?
It
Yeah,
took me an
I forgot.
hour and
Sorry.
17 minutes
Yes.
to feed the damn
To
cats.
feed cats. Yeah, because they're big and they were fighting.
I was supposed to be here at 7, but I had to feed the cats. It's been an hour and 15 minutes. I'm sorry. I'm like, I
had
had
to
to
tranquilize one.
I had to put each little individual thing of food into the bowl separately for each cat. Walk back and forth 100,000 times.
You know, he's got a bunch of small cats. He's hand feeding them.
Come here, baby. He held each cat with a fucking bottle. You know, it's like, hey,
Yeah, he's got a
rock
bottle
them to
for them.
sleep. Then he like holds them over the litter box, wait till they shit, and then comes onto the podcast. Yeah, what's up, Fuzz? How you doing?
Not too much. Listening to you guys talking about the Xbox Ally, and I've been watching like everything on Twitter or X or whatever we want to call it these days. I figure if it says Xbox on the box, that's good enough for me. It plays Xbox games. Does it play console games? Not directly, but it plays stuff within the Xbox ecosystem, and that's good enough for me. So I'll call it an Xbox Ally. It's not that serious, but I I've seen some people that are like, curious about people calling it a Xbox console, and it's like, if you spent that much energy on focusing on just playing games, you wouldn't have a backlog, or probably wouldn't be on social media. You'd be enjoying games in general. But I'm gonna have to hold off on picking up one, just for the fact that the lower price one would be an improvement over the Steam Deck, but I don't feel like spending $600 on something that, when I got the launch Steam Deck, that was $650 back in the day. Now you can get a Steam Deck for like $350 or less.
Also,
or at least
the
that
cheaper one is only a slight improvement over the Steam Deck. Like, people have been doing like kind of benchmarks this, and it's just like 1 or 2 frames. It's not even that much.
Yeah, it only when you power it down, I think it's when it shines the most over the Steam Deck. But even then, it's like you said, it's a slight bump in improvement. But the $1,000 one, I'm gonna wait until Steam Deck 2 comes out, see where that falls against the Xbox, Ally X, and go from there. Hopefully, the Steam Deck 2 isn't 1,000 as well. Knowing Valve, they'll probably make it $799-ish range at the top end. But we'll see, and hopefully they do OLED right from the get go. But we'll see how all that goes.
The cool thing too, like traditionally so far in the PC handheld market, there has been a lot of sales on PC handhelds, like at different times. So it's not like, because there are third-party partners involved with this, like they do things differently than we're used to, just like PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo doing them, right? So like the more different kinds of devices are out there, I think kind of the better, because you just have more options, especially with like pricing and stuff. And that's just one benefit. But other than that, like as Jasper was talking about, the slim down kind of UI, taking out some of the bloat on that, but also making it to where when you have one of these devices and you launch it, it's just like easy to access your library of games, and not just from one store. And that's the coolest thing, I think, really, is if you are somebody that has a Steam library, or you have an Xbox
I feel like
library.
that feature's kind of overrated, honestly.
No, I don't think so, man. Like,
because you could already do that in Steam, and like, even when
it's
you
not
do launch
easy
your
to
game,
add
like,
Xbox games into Steam, though.
Even if that's the case or whatever, like, even
Right.
launching your game through the Xbox app, like a Steam game through the Xbox app, it still launches Steam. Like, I'm just gonna launch Steam if I want to play a game on Steam.
I'll explain why it's different, because like the Steam Deck, like, is just like Linux with like a Steam OS, right?
Yeah.
And in order to do Windows or any of the other shit, you have to like do a bunch of stuff. And for somebody like me, I was able to get Game Pass Cloud on there, like, to where I could play that, but it was a hurdle for me to figure out. And all the other stuff, you need to do to access all the other shit, I'm just like, I'm not even fucking trying. You know what I mean? But like the PC handhelds, they got around that because like it's just Windows, and you could already access Steam or any of the other storefronts or whatever. So, but the problem with that was it wasn't very intuitive for users to actually use because it didn't just put gaming at the forefront, right? And it's harder to navigate and stuff. Well, with this new OS thing that they're doing, and like if you launch the Xbox app on PC now or whatever, and imagine having the handheld device and just booting it up, and you just see all your game library right there, and you buy the game for the purpose of, or buy the device for the purpose of gaming and accessing all your games and stuff. Just having all your games from all the libraries and everything right there, and being able to just click on it and launch it as a gaming device, regardless if it, hey, all of a sudden launches Steam or all of a sudden launches whatever, just as the initial experience of booting it up and getting into your games is a lot more intuitive and simpler to use for the average consumer. And especially if you're like a console gamer, right? Like if you're a console gamer and you don't want to do all that other shit or navigate Windows too much and all that other stuff, you just boot it up and there's your games, right? So I think that's the benefit really, and I think that's kind of what we're going to see expand over time. So you don't have to launch your different storefronts separately. You don't have to go into them separately, navigate your different libraries, all these other kind of things. It's just all right there, you know. I think over time that experience also will get better because like right now on PC, like if you like launch a game that's on like Ubisoft, like you were having trouble with that, Fuzz, right? With something that because of your Ubisoft account or something like that, like hey, it launches the whole Ubisoft app, right? Or EA, like it'll launch the EA app and stuff, and if you don't have it running, like it'll force it to pop open, or it can cause problems if it's not running. So things will have to like run in the background, like the EA app, the Ubisoft app, and I think like over time as the way that they're operating this stuff, hopefully those systems become more like simplified as far as the linking of the storefronts and stuff like that. But
Well, I mean, like even on like PC, like now, if I launch up the Xbox app, because I've downloaded Diablo and because I've downloaded Ubisoft titles, every time I launch the fucking Xbox app, the Blizzard store launches and then the fucking Ubisoft store launches. I'm just like, can we stop with the pop-ups? I'm just trying to get into the Xbox app, please.
Yeah, I hear you. But like if you're on a handheld, like it's a lot smaller screen. You know what I mean? So like just navigating the Windows stuff was kind of the drawback for a lot of the people on those devices. And that was the number one criticism for everybody that had like the ROG. And I remember seeing stuff from Jez and a lot of other people that were using those, is just like the Windows experience was like shitty on there that you just launched into, right? So taking that away from the outset, I think is a big move. Now, do they still probably have a lot of work to do? Yeah, but this is like the first foray. And I like I said, this is like gonna be a gateway thing, I think, into what we're gonna see next generation and stuff. So, I think the other benefit is the fact that Xbox is launching right there, that being the default kind of storefront and stuff, that it shows up right away. All the different PC handhelds that end up having this will kind of force these devs, as the PC handheld market is growing, to start putting their games in the Xbox PC store. And as they do that, games become play anywhere a lot of times. And we're already seeing the play anywhere amount of games increase dramatically. Like I think they're over 1,500 games now for play anywhere, because they just keep adding them in retroactive games that were out like a long time ago, just keep getting added and stuff. So if you already own the game on a console library, it'll automatically, once they add that and put it in that PC store and activate Play Anywhere or whatever, you automatically get access to the PC version. So, and that's something they're trying to get as many games as possible. So that's one of the other benefits, is even if for you, Jasper, like if you own the game on console right now, like if they add any of these games to Play Anywhere, you're automatically going to get the PC version, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty damn cool. Any other benefits I'm not thinking of, Pong, as you're the number one enthusiast for this device? Pong stepped away. What about you, Fuzz?
Yeah.
Um, remote play.
Yeah.
I've seen a few people even install was it Chiaki or PXP or PX Player. You can remote access your PlayStation library from your PS5, and it works even with your PS4. Um, you can remote play to your Xbox console, whether you have a Series X, Series S, or even an Xbox One. So you can play the console games that are not quite play anywhere or available also in cloud. You can play them that way as well. Um, it, it's I would say this is a good stepping stone for those that are already in the Xbox ecosystem and
Yeah.
were thinking about getting a PC or prior to building a PC. This might be a go between to kind of give you an idea of some of the things you can do with a gaming PC if you haven't been in that space before. Are there cheaper ways? Yeah, the Steam Deck can get you in there a little bit cheaper, but there is a lot more, uh, you know, stuff that you're going to have to do. A little bit more knowledge you would probably need to be able to get everything to work as seamless. Steam is seamless as far as for the Steam store, but like you guys had mentioned earlier, there's a few extra steps. Adding the Xbox Game Store, a game there, Epic Game Store, GOG, any of those takes a little bit more, effort and stuff. Game Pass works easily through this new device, but that goes with pretty much all the PC handhelds, and they're going to get this same UI and stuff. Although the Armory Crate stuff might need some more tweaking. Um, but overall, some of the stuff that they took out as far as the bloat is the stuff I've been doing on desktop for the longest time.
no,
like there's
same.
a ton of things that you don't need at startup for Windows.
Yep.
OneDrive is one of those that I hate, and I wish they would completely remove it from this device and make it so you can opt in as opposed to it being by default.
Cortana, get that shit out of here.
Yeah, Cortana is another one that hasn't been used in like forever. Now they are gonna, mix in this Copilot stuff.
Yeah.
It's probably mainly going to be on the Ally X, but I'm curious to see what they do, other than maybe pointers or tips on, hey, this is where you can find info about the map for this game, or how to find this, gear or special item and things like that. But geez. But overall, I would say for the most part, when it comes to the PC handhelds, these are reasonably priced for what you get. Comparing it to the Legion Go 2, you're not getting as much memory if you go for the top dollar one, but then again, that top dollar one is at 1500 plus range. Their kind of entry level one, I think you get either about the same amount of memory or a little bit more memory. So it's priced comparably for the tech, but it is up there in price if you're shooting for the Ally X, which from a future proof standpoint, as long as you're not looking to play things like Witcher 4 at like full res or anything like that, you should be fine for the next few years. You'll just have to possibly tweak some things, or they may have it where there's a standard format that's like, hey, shadow resolution is turned down a little bit, specular lighting is turned down a bit, resolution is 1080, dynamic or something like that. But overall, these devices are a good go between before you jump into building a gaming rig for a few grand. But I would say for me, Steam Deck did this or got me into a lot of the 2D scrollers, Metrovanias, and things like that. That's what I mainly play on that. Like the most graphical intense games that I play on my Steam Deck are Forza Horizon 5 and Sifu. Those are about the only ones. And actually, I guess you could say BMG Drive would be another one that I have on there. I don't play, what do you call them, Grand Theft Auto 5 on there anymore. I'd rather do remote play and have it call back to my PC for that. But yeah, it's a great device. Encourage, if people were already on the fence for a PC handheld, pick it up. But otherwise, if price is the pause factor, Just wait for a sale, because I don't think these things are going to be like the consoles where they constantly go up. I think because they are PC components at their core, you might see a price drop, although I don't know how soon.
The
We'll
ergonomics
see
for us Yeti folks with big
tariffs
mitts
and
is almost a singular
popularity of the
selling
device
point
and
for
stuff,
me.
but
That controller grip is underrated
Yeah,
I'm
to me.
sorry.
we'll see.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was a thing. I had the super chat bot thing talking right there. I don't know how to turn it. I don't. You guys can't hear it, but I don't know how to turn it off. But shout out to Alvin with the $5. And the ergonomics for us Yeti folks with big mitts is almost a singular selling point for me. That controller grip is underrated in my opinion. Sorry, it was talking over you, Fuzzy. That's why I was saying like hold on, and I need to figure out how to.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to turn that off, bro. Okay,
I
I
think
think
it's in
I
your widgets, no BS.
think I just did. So I think we're good. Sorry about that. My bad.
No worries. No, but like what he was saying, as far as those grips, that's probably the biggest standout compared to like the regular ROG Ally and things like that. So if you're a fan of the controllers and how they feel in your hands, I would say this is probably a way to go as opposed to going with the older one, unless price is really that deterrent for you. Because you can probably get a previous ROG now for, I wouldn't say half the price, but at least a couple of $100 less in either spec. Although the Z1 is a lesser chip, but it not a lesser chip to the point where you won't be able to play things like Cyberpunk on it. It's just that it won't be the same level as the C2 Extreme. So
Yeah.
that's it.
I think also like one thing that's really interesting, like besides Steam Deck, which has obviously had a huge, massive amount of attention and is doing really well. Like out of all the other PC handhelds that have come out, the Lenovo's and all the other ROG Allies that had already come out and everything else, like for all the PC handheld market that's besides Steam Deck, this has gotten by far the most attention. And it's because of that Xbox partnership and branding, because they're marketing to a different audience than is usually looking at these things, right? So it's real interesting to see the amount of conversation about it and reviews, because it is a very similar device to the devices that already exist. Namely the actual other ROG Ally X, but because of the Xbox branding, the Xbox ergonomics on it, Xbox pushing it, like I think they're even on Good Morning America yesterday, I think, and talking about it, doing like a little tour and stuff like that. So it's getting a massive amount of attention because it's being co-developed and produced by Xbox. So that's going to help push that market too. Like we've seen people that had no interest in PC gaming ever, said they would never play PC gaming. They're console gamers for life, doing unboxings with all this stuff that's PC stuff, right? The PC handheld, you got, PC controllers, you got, all this stuff. It's like, hey, they're transitioning console gamers to buy PC devices right now. So the marketing,
because they're
is
brainwashed
working.
by the Xbox brand and they'll buy anything that they tell them to buy.
Exactly. Right? Which it works on me too. I want it. I fucking want it. I didn't have any interest in a ROG Ally X. So I want this one because it's an Xbox ROG Ally X. It's going to feel more like an Xbox controller. And I may be stupid for that, but I can't help it. Like it makes me think of Xbox. I want to play all my Xbox games on it, and I can't. Natively, I can play pretty much every game that's released this generation on that device, and any of the ones coming out in the future. So for Xbox games, like I'm not talking about all the third parties and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. It makes me want it. They got me, bro. Eventually, I will have one. I think, unless I get smart. We'll see what happens. What you got?
I was just waiting. I was waiting to jump in. So
yeah. No, you go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think there is something to the fact that, and we've talked about this when we talk about Xbox and their direction they're going and becoming an enthusiast. Any hardware that they produce is going to be enthusiast type hardware. and we talked about how that's not necessarily a bad thing at the end of the day for the direction they're going. I think the ROG LX is in line with that, even though they do have the cheaper model. But I think the exposure, for Xbox is, and it goes into what you guys were just talking about, and how Fuzzy started his, what he was saying is it's got an Xbox on the box, it's good enough for him. But even outside of the enthusiasts for Xbox, what Jasper is talking about, which I absolutely agree with him, and that's something that we also talked about when we talk about these expensive devices. But I think in general, because the PC handheld market is still relatively small and growing right now, and more people are looking to it. And I think that's pretty obvious. Now, we can all argue over whether or not, it's fast enough growth or whatever the case may be. But I think that, there is a lot more people interested in looking at a handheld device. I think the fact that Xbox positioned themselves with Asus to make a device that is if not the highest end, is on the upper, top 5 high end devices out there. I think that exposure, because when people go look at these things, people looking right now, even if they're not Xbox people, they're looking for performance. A lot of them will come from the PC side of things. A lot of them will understand the power, and how, what's going to take to run certain games at expectations that they may have. I think that they have that device as $1,000 device, and from all the reviews, the quality does lend itself to that price point. I think that does expose more people to Xbox. And I think when people go into the store, even though, some people might go, oh, Xbox, because it's Asus and because it's a ROG LX and it just happens to have Xbox branding on it, that is going to open up people to the more people to actually picking up the device and then jumping into Xbox and potentially into Game Pass and potentially playing Xbox games, more frequently than they did before, just because it's very easy with the UI and all that kind of stuff. I think this is overall a good thing. Again, it doesn't change the direction of Xbox in any way, shape, or form. But I think just from grabbing some mind share, which was what we always talked about, Mav, and I think that all of us agreed they still had potential to grab mind share. I think this is a small but good win for them out the gate with what they're trying to do and what their future is going to look like. So I think that is also important to point out.
I would say that the best thing in the near term for at least most people, hopefully, is if this handheld market is successful and continues to grow, is that developers now have to start looking at lesser powered hardware to play games on, and then they have to optimize their games more, and they have to go back. But I mean, that's just a hopeful wish. Like, who the hell knows with AI? There's be like, yeah, fuck it, we'll just upscale that bitch. And
oh yeah, frame generations, it's over with, bro. It's always over. Whatever.
Yeah,
there's always a hope, I guess, but
yeah, there is. Well, I mean, DICE did for Battlefield.
Yeah.
I mean, they show what can be done still when you optimize, right? It is a massive, impressive undertaking when a company comes out these days and we actually get an optimized game. Everybody's like, oh, holy shit! Wait! I can run this on my potato. I can actually run this thing and it works. It's pretty nuts that we've gotten that far away where people are surprised, but. To your point, maybe there is some work. Obviously, the Series S has shown that when people put in work, it actually helps all the other versions as well.
Yeah.
So maybe you're right. Maybe eventually they will have to take into account the handheld market as well and put a little bit more effort into the lower end stuff. But we'll see.
Yeah, if the market's big enough, the developers always focus on where the gamers are, right? And like that's why you had them putting shit like The Witcher 3 on the Switch. I mean, we're gonna fucking fit this thing on there somehow. Like they were like, we're gonna do it. I don't know how. You'll be walking around as a blurry ass blob. I don't care, but that game's going on there. I think the more gamers that have these devices, like Jasper was saying, is a good thing overall for optimization and stuff. But I do think though it does have an effect somewhat on the future of Xbox, just because they're in that market now, so they're paying attention to it. And let's say it is like a massive success and it changes the mind share thing you're talking about, Pong. Let's say it starts flipping because of this device and or other things, and all of a sudden Xbox is cool again. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we're going to start rolling with this stuff more. We got the hybrid stuff coming out next generation. Like, what are they going to learn from this hybrid. Well, it's not really a hybrid. This is a straight up handheld PC, right? But this is the first foray into that Xbox OS launching mode on these devices, and I think we're going to see a way better kind of version of that with next generation consoles when they come out. It's going to be like, hey, the Xbox OS, and then you're going to be able to access your PC stuff still, right? But this being that, you know, bridge to that time, like what they're going to learn from the device with the updates and all these other kind of things, I think will have an impact. And if it's successful, how many other of these devices do they decide to partner with? Maybe they partner with another company besides Asus and they'll launch a different one, or, you know, maybe they do something different.
Or they just start pushing like they did with Windows, Mav, which is the ultimate goal. Just start pushing their UI and everything.
Right.
And selling their UI to everybody, right? And that's what they, that's what eventually they get to.
Exactly. Right? And then the next generation, these hybrid PC Xboxes. What if that's just, you can buy any company's box and plug it in, you know, and that's still an Xbox, right? That's why if they put Xbox on it.
I can't wait until they combine all the PCs in the world, every single handheld in the world, when they get their UI everywhere. They're like, we have 2 billion Xboxes out there in the world. I just can't wait.
Well, according to them, they're probably over that number right now because they're counting everybody's cell phone as one, right?
Well, that's true. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's true. I'm just saying, when it's standard issue on everything, it's going to be funny.
I am surprised they haven't manufactured their own like backbone or key sheet type device. Like, if I was Xbox, like, in that, like, maybe it's like, well, we don't need to because this Backbone's already doing it, or, you know, the Razer's already doing it with the Kishi as well. Like, I think PlayStation and Xbox are both missing the boat a little bit on releasing their own specific devices for mobile phones.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but because if you put an Xbox controller shell around this thing, you could really sell the fact that this is an Xbox.
But they had that for the X. They partnered with Xbox. They partnered, didn't they, with one of them?
They partnered with Backbone. It just have the Xbox sticker on the fucking box, though.
Yeah,
no, they had the Xbox button. They had the Xbox button. They had the dedicated button.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then it's an Xbox. Yeah, if you got a Backbone on it, it's an Xbox, 100%. Actually, I think I have that one.
That was the Xbox one as well.
Was it? Well, I mean, if it got the Xbox button, it's an Xbox.
And how many times have you used it?
Not enough. Well, but because I have the tablet with the controller, and it's just like where I'm playing, like I'm using that more than that, because you just have the fucking Xbox controller with my tablet in front of me. Like that's way better than the fucking Backbone. But I will be using it when I'm traveling later this month. So I will finally have a use for my Xbox handheld phone converter.
That's what I stopped using my Kishi when I got my Steam Deck.
Yeah. See that's kind of why I want the, like, can I get a good enough handheld device that's going to be a replacement for my tablet situation, right? Because I want the native experience, not have to rely on the cloud and stuff. But like the Switch 2 was supposed to be the answer, but so far nothing has come out for it besides Mario Kart World that I'm even remotely interested in. So, and their games are like way over fucking priced for what they are, and I'm used to Game Pass. They've like holy shit, like I'm getting like four games later this month on Game Pass, pretty much. Or when does Call of Duty come out? Early next month. Yeah, like I don't want to pay $80 for a fucking like game that looks like a Nintendo game. Like I just feel fucking stupid and crazy when I do that.
But you're gonna want to play this new $80 game on a handheld where it's gonna make it look like a Nintendo game.
No, they look they look way better. I mean, I had a Steam Deck for a while because I was like, this is gonna be it, you know. But I didn't like that I couldn't access all my Xbox stuff easily and everything. But like the games, like I was like, wow, this game's look pretty fucking good on that screen. I was playing like Resident Evils and Metal Gear and all those different kinds of shit on it, and it was really impressive. So I can imagine this would be even better. They don't Switch ain't capable of that shit. I don't care what anybody says. It's like what I experienced even on the Steam Deck, I don't think I'll experience on the Switch 2. Ever. So we'll see. I don't know. But yeah. We'll see, I guess, how well it does. If this is an Xbox or not, I don't think it really matters. At the end of the day, it is because they say it is, and we'll see how it does. But I want to get into a little bit of this next conversation, and this is something I had talked about for a while before, where this generation of gaming has been so many freaking releases, and we're all kind of on the same page that for some reason this generation there's been so many more games that we actually have wanted to play or finish that we just have not had a chance to, and our backlogs are way bigger than any other generation. Mine is. I guess I can't speak for everybody, but my backlog is enormous of games that I either haven't finished or that I haven't touched that I really want to play. So I was curious about y'all's games and what are the biggest regrets that y'all have from this generation of games you either haven't touched or you've only played a little bit of and haven't been able to finish. Now, Pong, you said you're working on your list, so
No, I've got my list. So
okay.
I mean, you asked for 5, so I've got this is too easy because of
Is it?
my backlog. Are you kidding?
I want to know the chat too, guys. What is your chat? Put in the chat or in the comments below if you're watching after the fact. What is your biggest regret of a game that came out this generation that for whatever reason you haven't either beat or played? All right, go ahead, Pong. Oh wait, where's my sound? Hold on. I'm getting no audio from anybody. Hold on. Can y'all hear? Can the chat? Can y'all hear right now? Can y'all hear them? Hello. Hold on, guys. I don't know what's going on.
I can hear.
You can hear? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Can y'all hear them, chat? No audio? Are you getting audio from me? Hold on. I don't know what's going on. Hold on, everybody. Just me? Okay. I don't know what's going on. Like all of a sudden my PC has no sound. I'm freaking out. All right. And they're probably talking shit on me right there. These guys are talking mad shit on me right now. I can see their lips moving, but I can't hear the words coming out of their mouth. They're talking about my mom. It's not. What is going on? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna fix this. Okay, steal. Let me try this. What the hell? Okay. I'm gonna try something. We'll see if this works. We'll see if this works. Oh my god. I don't see what's going on. Okay, hold on. Let me try this again. Thanks for being patient, chat. Let me try relaunching that. Let me try. Uh-oh. This is not good. This is not good. This is bad. This is very bad. Okay, I'm gonna try opening and shutting this. Thing. Okay. I have an idea.
Good where we're at now.
Okay, can y'all say something?
Yeah, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we're testing.
Come on, man.
Okay, the
We've been
chat
talking this whole
can
time.
hear
We can
you,
all hear each other.
I
We
think,
can all hear each other.
but I can't hear you
Yeah.
right now.
Yep.
So, can you say something?
Nothing.
Why?
Testing.
I don't want to talk to you.
Let's go.
Fuck. Okay, hold on.
Fixed. Now everybody's saying they can hear everybody. Now wait. Fixed. Fixed.
I
Everybody's
don't
saying
know.
fixed. Everybody in the
But
chat is
Nav
saying
still
fixed.
can't hear us.
Yeah, he still can't hear
Okay,
us. Okay. Everybody
I
says
have an
working
idea.
again. So they couldn't hear us. But now he's got us back with the chat.
Be back.
Yeah, this is fucked.
I did all this work figuring out the 5 games that Mav wanted. I did
Yeah, I know, and then
homework.
we're not even going to tell him.
And now we can't even say it.
What are you guys even saying? Chat,
He's
can
so
you
insecure.
hear them?
He's so insecure.
Yeah,
He's
the
not
problem is
even
I
reading the
can't
chat.
hear
It says it's working. Yeah. The chat's telling you that they can hear us now. We're talking about your small little peepee, Mav.
I don't know what to fucking do, bro. Oh my god. I don't know what to fucking do. Y'all can hear me. They can hear you. I can't hear shit. I can't hear shit right now. My audio shit is just fucked up. Okay, hold on.
No, we did not talk for 97 minutes muted. Mav just lost it. And I'm going back and listening to the stream, and all of us were talking, so we're good. All of us, you could hear us.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all can tell. You can't tell me what they're saying. What did I do? I don't fucking know, man. I touched this. I touched it, and my shit went haywire.
Did your mom not teach you when you go into places, just don't touch stuff?
Watch YouTube on my phone? There's a delay.
Yeah.
No, my headphones aren't muted, bro. It's I can see what happened. My sound source is gone from my PC.
Okay.
Why'd you do that?
It's not showing up in the options.
So bring it back
Why'd
up.
you do
I'm trying to figure out
make a new one.
How to get Discord to play into my headphones.
He makes everything so complicated.
Yeah.
Try new headphones.
Yeah, swap the headphones. Restart your PC.
If he restarts the PC, the stream's going to go down.
Okay, select a device.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay, hold on. Let me try this.
Thanks everybody for being here
Okay,
on a
hold
great
on.
Thursday night. Appreciate you. I blame 3-bit. That's probably the right way to go, Project Scorpio. Blame 3-bit for everything. Was he in the chat tonight? Was 3-bit in the chat? If he was, then it is his
I don't
fault.
think so.
No? No, he's
He
big
may have
time
been
in it too.
lurking.
Let's go. I'm going to shout out the chat while he's messing around. Hey, Joey, appreciate you, brother. Thanks for being here, fan. I'm cracking. We believe green. Let's go for life. Let's go. Cloud Deck by Vet. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you all for jumping in here. Who else we got in here tonight? We got the one and only Talos Ray in the house. I haven't been able to do this in a while. I miss this, guys. Poison Maniac. What's going on, brother? Great to have you in the house. Apex. What's happening, sir? Thank you for being here. Project Scorpio. Again, appreciate you. And I still agree with you that just blame 3-bit. And we got Joseph Lemons in the house. What's going on, Lemons? Not limes, but lemons. Great to see you as well. Thank you for joining us. We got the Brothers Grimm in the house. What's going on, Brothers Grimm? Thank you for being here. BT Maverick 707.
Oh my God, I can hear you.
Always, thank you, BT Maverick 707. We got the one and only Shizno Elite. What's going on, Shizno? Thank you for being here. We got the Froggy T right in the house. What's going on, Froggy? Thanks for being here. We got the Wacko Games. What's going on, Wacko? We got the one and only Masshole 1977 King of the Nerds in the house. What's going on, Masshole? Thank you for being here, brother. Appreciate you jumping here. We got the other Fuzzy, not the Fuzzy Velvet Beer, but the Fuzzy Tomato in the house. What's going on? Yes, I said tomato, not tomato. Let's go, Fuzzy Tomato. We got the Dizzy Delta 99 dropping on by and saying hi. What's going on? Who else we got in here? We got Sir Riffs a lot. What's going on, Sir Riffs a lot? Thank you for dropping by. We got the Putty 050, brother. Thank you for being a part of the show tonight, sir. Who else? I'm scrolling up. Prey Grasso. What's going on, Prey? Great to see you. We got a Treyu in the house. What's going on, Treyu? We got Buzz in the house. What's going on, Buzz? Always good to see your name popping up here. We got Dirk Mikowski in the house. What's going on, Dirk? Who else we got in here? Just scroll up here. I think Mav's back. I think, let's see here. Antonio Newman. What's going on, Antonio? Big Lou Ravens. What's going on, Big Lou? What's going on, Alvin? Thank you for being here, brother, as always. Thank you all. Again, if I didn't get to you, I didn't get to you, but appreciate every single one of you for dropping on by a Thursday night, putting up with Mav's idiocy right now, and thanks for sticking around. Appreciate you.
Dude, I have no idea what happened. Like I just literally touched my Go XLR and then all the sound went dead just from me barely touching it.
Of course. Yeah, you gave it a shock.
I guess. Well, I unplugged it and plugged it back in, and now it still won't show back up on my PC as a source. And
well, at least you can hear us, so don't touch it anymore.
I had to think on the fly and try and figure this out.
That's your problem.
I had to switch around a bunch of. Well, yeah, it is a problem, dude. It's a very big problem. So I just try and switch around like how OBS was working with all my sources and figure out a different way to get to where I can hear you guys. Because everything runs through a certain, source for me, and it just wasn't working. Anyway, we figured it out.
I see you, brother. Good to see you. Nate Dogg, thank you for dropping in here. Big B Money, what's going on? Thank you for being a part of the show. Yeah, Steel. Battlefield is feeling groovy, by the way.
Yeah, very groovy. If you have had a chance to check out some of the Battlefield streams, I'll be streaming probably some more this weekend as well. But yeah, thanks guys for carrying that whole thing. I don't know what your games were at all, Pong, because immediately when I asked you is when I touched it and I couldn't hear anything. So what's your biggest FOMO?
I didn't even say any of them.
Okay.
I didn't even say any of them.
So y'all could hear me the whole time?
Yeah. We were talking about your little pee-pee the whole time.
Is that what y'all were talking about? That was supposed to be between me and you guys.
No. Once you show it, the word goes out. So that's the case. We had to talk about how
that was one time.
Anyways, I know. You're looking for my biggest FOMO out the gate or my biggest regret not playing yet this generation?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess out of my list, again, there's so many for me. This is stupid. This is like a dumb list because of how much I want to graze and how many games I haven't played. But I guess my biggest regret probably would be Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. not playing the expansion.
Yeah.
I think that's my biggest regret so far, because again, Cyberpunk is a GOAT to me. It's permanently going to be in my top 10 games, if not top 5 games of all time. Love that game, and I want to go back and do another full run, and play Phantom Liberty. So that's probably my biggest regret right now.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Any more?
I mean, yeah, I've got Kingdom Comes Deliverance 2, obviously. That's a this year game that I would love to get to play. I haven't bought it, haven't picked it up, and want to play it. Hades 2 that just came out. I want to be able to play that. I loved Hades 1. Everybody's been raving about Hades 2, so I want to try that as well. Metaphor Refantasio, I need to get back to. Only played it for a short.
Just
I played the demo.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, sorry. I played the demo for 10 hours and then got the game, bought it day one, ready to rock and roll, got another 10, 12 hours into it, and other things came out, like you said, Mav, and all of a sudden I didn't go back to it again. I absolutely want to go back to that. Was loving Metaphor Refantasio, and then of course, one everybody knows, I'm standing on my hill for it, and but it's one of my favorite franchises of all time. It's one of my GOATs of all time, and of course that's Borderlands 4. And I will get to it when it finally goes on sale for half price on the Ultimate Edition. I will pick it up and go to it, but I'm standing on my hill because of what Randy said. It's my hill to die on for me, but Borderlands is one of my favorite all-time franchises, and watching people out here have an absolute blast with it. The different weapons that they have is killing me a little bit because it looks so freaking great right now. So, yeah, there's my 5 for you there, Matt.
Yeah, love it, dude. What about you, Jasper? You said you had the same list, pretty much as Paul.
Some of them. So to start, the 2 games that Paul kind of mentioned, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I got I think 16 hours into it, and I've barely even scratched the surface on that game. I need to finish that. I need to go back to that at some point, which I don't know if I ever will, but it's so good. There's so much. And then Metaphor Refantasio, we also mentioned, I got I don't know, probably 10, 15 hours in that as well. And I'm barely touched the surface on that game. And then my other few that I've put on there is Stalker 2. I need to finish that. I'm 75% of the way done. And Indiana Jones, Dragon's Dogma 2, and then the one I haven't played at all that I need to start is Alan Wake 2.
Yeah. That I played the opening of Alan Wake 2, and the game is so different from the first Alan Wake, from the opening, and what I was experiencing is this is a different kind of fucking experience than I was expecting. And it was pretty scary. The first game was kind of eerie, psychological.
Yeah.
You had your guys you shine the flashlight on or whatever. This game opened up and it was this is fucking crazy what I'm looking at on the screen. And I just wasn't prepared for it. So anyway, that's one that I do kind of think I'll want to play at some point too. But Fuzzy, what about you, sir?
Well,
Fuzzy's I buy every game I
ones
want.
I came across, and then Pong and Jasper remind me of a few that I kind of forgot that I haven't finished. Stalker 2 is on the I need to finish list, which I'm about 70 or 80% through. Just haven't finished it. I forget what came out and took my attention away for it. Dying Light 2. I think it was that I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one, so I kind of just got 20 plus hours in and then just kind of put it down. But I'm more interested in Dying Light Beast, which I only have about maybe an hour in, but basically enough to escape the one area. But I definitely want to put some time into that because it feels more like the first game as far as the following DLC and stuff like that. So definitely want to get to that. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which is another one. Love the first game. Bought 2 the day it came out and haven't even installed it. I don't know. I'm into my old habits of buy a game just because of a follow-up that I wanted and just never bothered installing it. And then there's ones that like are in Game Pass that I just haven't gotten around to. And this is one's going to be kind of weird considering how many hours I had in the original Flight Sim, Flight Sim 2024. Like, I think I might have 20 minutes in it, just checking to see if I have all of my planes from the original. But I'll have to double check. I know I have over 100 hours or whatever the achievement for 1,000 hours or something like that. Whatever that is, that's what I have in the first one, and to have almost zero time in the second one, other than just checking my inventory to make sure I have some of the stuff carry over. Yeah, I just haven't had the time for it like I would want. And there's Alters and Atomfall. Alters I actually installed, wanted to start, and just never got around to. And Atomfall's another one I installed, just never got around to. Even FBC Firebreak was another one I installed, just never got around to. So,
well, that game's
there's a good handful of them.
Yeah, that game's a dead anyways.
Yeah, but it almost feels like it would have been a fun game considering I love Control, and it being kind of like a looter shooter type of game. I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be, but I at least want to try it before they completely shut it down. But yeah, there's a good handful of other games that I have probably installed either on my PC or on my Series X, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get to that, and then that time never comes. Like, for the most part, it took me a while to even get into Diablo's expansion. Like, that was another one where I just hadn't gotten around to it. Same thing with like what Pong was saying earlier, the Phantom Liberty expansion for Cyberpunk. Bought it. Actually, I hate to say I think I bought it twice because I think I have it on both Xbox as well as on Steam, and I haven't played any of it. So it's like, what am I doing?
I think I played like 30 minutes of it, and I was like, oh, I'll get back to it. I never did.
Yeah, I think we've all bought like games that we're just adding to our collection that we haven't even like touched yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's crazy. It's something that they've done more this generation than any past generation. I've always been a grazer somewhat. Like, I've always liked to play different games, and I've never been the one to necessarily beat every game I play, right? But I've started more games and left them early, I think, more than any other time in gaming for me. I don't know if it's just habits or whatnot, but I was looking through like my PC like Steam list and all the games that I have like 10, 8, 12, 14 hours in. You know what I mean? And it's like there's so many, but they're like 20, 30, 40 hour games, right? Or like I have like 40 hours I think in Dragon's Dogma almost. But like I'm nowhere fucking near completing that one. And like I could go down this massive list of just games that like I want to beat and play, but it's like there's always something new that's coming out.
And I think I'm probably the only one on here that's finished Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know if any of y'all finished that.
Yeah, I've gotten far into it. I have like 50 something hours.
I think I'm still in Act 2. I think I'm still in Act 2.
Yeah.
I got like 50, 60 hours in it. It's freaking amazing.
It's fucking massive. It's a massive game, you know? And like you can go around and kind of spend extra time doing different stuff in that game too, you know? So it's like, yeah, but for me, like I'm trying not to count any of the ones that just came out like this past month or two, because like I'm gonna hopefully get to those, but I didn't include them yet because they just came out. Like Dying Light, and Mafia. Yeah, Dying Light Beast and Mafia, Old Country. I want to play both of those, but like, you know, I think they just kind of came out like last month or whatever. And I didn't include ones that I've put a lot of hours into. What I mean by a lot of hours is played like more than half. Because for me, it's like I gave it a lot of time, and yeah, I'll go back and finish it. But I'm kind of including ones that either I've played just very little of at the beginning, or I just haven't touched it all. And Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Like I can't believe I haven't played that game. And I actually like had the opportunity to play. Like I played a little bit, just the opening part, just because I had the chance to before the game came out, right? And I did that and I streamed it. But when the game came out, it was like there was other stuff going on and all these other things, and like it was just didn't have a chance to ever go and actually play that game. And now it's like, do I want to tackle it? No, because I want it to have my complete focus when I do, because it's everybody says it's such a masterpiece, right? So it's like, because of everybody saying how amazing the game is, it's kind of like kept it away from me, because it's like I'm trying to reserve it, like almost for that right time or whatever, right? Then I put the Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake. I really want to play that. It looks fucking gorgeous. And looks beautiful. And I want to play the 1 and 2 that's coming out. And I also want to play Dragon Quest 7. Like, so I'll kind of include a lot of these Dragon Quest games that are like the old school nostalgia remastered versions and stuff coming out. I haven't touched any of those. I played a little bit of Dragon Quest 11, which I could put on there as like, hey, I need to play more of that. But I kind of like the older ones more for some reason. Dead Space remake. We talked about Dead Space earlier, but I put the Dead Space remake on here because I had told everybody I was going to give Dead Space another chance when the Dead Space remake comes out. And I never got into the Dead Space franchise, and I didn't ever touch the fucking remake after it came out. And I have access to it. Like, it's there. I can just go fucking launch it and play it. I just never have even launched it or started it. So I need to do that. I just haven't for some reason. Then I put on here the Yakuza series.
Yeah, I gotta go play Infinite Wealth. I almost put that on my list. Infinite
Yeah.
Wealth is.
Yeah, I
that's so
put
bad.
specifically the Yakuza Pirate in Hawaii.
Yeah,
yeah,
that one too.
Like, I want to play that one more so than the others, but the also Infinite Wealth, and then like the only one I put any time into was Like a Dragon.
Yep.
And I fucking loved it, but I say again, I didn't finish it, you know. But yeah, there's like Yakuza series. They've had so many games this generation, and they all look awesome and great, but for some reason, I just never end up getting them. So, and that's on me. I gotta fix that. And then the last one I put is one that I played just kind of like a few hours into. I streamed it. I was really digging it. And I played it a little bit, but then I just kind of left it because other stuff came out and things. Star Wars Outlaws. It's a damn good game to me. I was really enjoying it. And for some reason, I just haven't gone back to it because of this or that or other games and all this other kind of stuff. And I say this, and it's like, but yeah, Ninja Gaiden's coming out soon. Outer Worlds 2 is coming out soon. Outer Worlds 2 looks amazing. I want to try and spend as much time as I can with that. You know, I'm playing the shit out of Battlefield 6 right now, and that's consuming a lot of my time. Final Fantasy Tactics, I'm fucking still I'm in like act or chapter 2 or whatever of that right now. I'm still early on. And Final Fantasy Tactics was one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm loving the remaster of it, and I need to spend more time with it. Like, there's just so many, man. There's so fucking many. I haven't finished Metaphor Refantasio.
Another one.
Was that?
Another one I would mention would be AC Shadows. Speaking of Ubisoft's games.
Yeah.
I
haven't touched that one yet either. I'm waiting on that one.
So good, dude. Assassin's Creed Shadows is so good. It's so good. You'll love it. I really think you will. I do want to play Ghost of Yotei at some point. I'll wait till it's on PC and on sale. To play it, or I'll wait till I get my Xbox Ally X next year when the Xbox Ally X is on sale, and Ghost of Yotei is also on sale, and I'll play it then. Maybe, don't know, but yeah, man, there's so many. The chat comments below. Let me know your most regretful one that you haven't had a chance to play. But I think number one for me is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And I think it was each one of us say that game. It's interesting. Is it why? Is it because it's too big?
I mean, for me, like like I said, I put like 16, 18 hours or something into it, and I feel like I've done like 2 missions in that game. It's like
Yeah.
it's so good, but it's just like this is gonna sound negative, but it just takes forever to do anything in that game.
Yeah.
But that's not like a negative. It's just like that's just the way the game is, and
Right.
it's still good.
Yeah. There's a lot of games like that, you know. It's like it's still satisfying, but it does take you forever. And I think this generation too, I spent more time playing like shit like Balatro and Vampire Survivors, and you know, for a while we're into Marvel Snap, you know, or like just shit like that has been kind of like time consumption games, you know. I'm kind of getting back into sports gaming now too, like and Madden and Ultimate Team and stuff like that. It's kind of got me playing a lot of that stuff right now. So yeah, it's hard to play all the things that you want to play these days, man. But that's the cool thing with digital purchases, in my opinion, is there are those sales and you add it to your library and you know that it'll be there. You know what I mean? It's like you don't got to worry about anything. It's just sitting there in your library. You know, you can install it, uninstall it, whatever. How many times do you guys install a game from your backlog thinking you're going to get to it and then end up having to uninstall it to make room for a new game that comes out?
I think I've done that with like 7 times with like Helldivers 2 this year. Like there's an update, I want to play it, and I'll install it and I'll play it. I'll launch the game. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just uninstall it and play something else.
It's like a constant thing for me, dude. On PC and on like before, like I remember it was a couple episodes back, like I had the stream crash because it said my PC was out of storage. So I went, and it was because I had installed a bunch of like games that I hadn't had a chance to play yet, or some of my backlog stuff. So then I had to uninstall that. But like on the Xbox too, like once Ninja Gaiden said, hey, it's ready to pre-install or whatever, I'm like, oh shit, what do I uninstall? And it's always those ones. You know what I mean? It's always those games that I've had on the back burner that I push again to the back burner because you want to play the new thing again. So maybe it's a FOMO problem. Maybe.
Maybe you just need a handheld that you can always be playing games at anywhere you go.
Yeah, but no matter where I'm at or what I'm doing, just access
Yeah.
my games. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe you've cracked the code. Are we about ready for tidbits, Fuzzy Belvedere?
Yeah. It'll take me like a minute because I found
problem.
the shortcut now on how to get them in there.
Nice. Shout out to what you do. I saw you were doing shout outs when I hopped back in, right, Pong?
Yeah, I was shouting out chat.
Yep. Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys rock. Thank you all for watching this episode. Sorry about my audio issues. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I think my Go XLR might have crapped out.
Maybe if you like reset your computer, it'll come back or something.
Maybe, but then like, do I have to worry about fucking just touching it?
I was just looking at this first game, Fuzzy.
Oh,
I was just looking at this.
could just be like it disconnected for a second and then it like.
Yeah, but usually if it's done that, it
I don't know.
reappears in my sources as available if I unplug it, plug it back in, you know? But it's just like not showing up. I'll have to mess with it again after. All right, everybody. This is the last segment here on Fun Speculation Podcast, Ultimate in the PM. And it's called Tidbits, segment where we look ahead at the games releasing for the week. Let's see what we got on the docket this week.
I just put this one on my wish list. I was looking at this now.
And there's making me fucking sense.
Blood Quest coming to PS5, Series X and S. Now it's already on PC, but it's a Play Anywhere title for Xbox.
Correct.
It's $24.99.
Yep.
Comes out
120
today,
frames.
or came out today.
120 frames.
120 frames?
I would hope so.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks dope.
It does look cool.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
Blood
For
West.
cheap, I mean, yeah. Play anywhere.
So is it like an open world shooter?
Anywhere.
Or...
What do we have here?
Oh,
Yeah, it's got
look,
some
it
loot and some-
looks playable on those things.
Yep.
Crazy. I wonder if they're natively available. I bet they
A man will
are.
come and take you away.
Yeah.
This man is
Right,
different.
this next one is Hitman
He will
Absolution.
protect you.
Coming finally to mobile, iOS
so
and
it's on a
Android.
Please don't
No,
judge him for what he might
well, you
be.
can play it on a handheld already. But
Yeah.
for your phones, if you're an iPhone user, it's $14.99. If you're an Android user, it's $13.49.
This is how it has to be.
Awesome.
Hitman's probably the game I've downloaded the most and thought I was gonna go back to and then didn't. This generation.
I
keep
My
wanting to go
problem
back
with Hitman is I try, but I fail.
to it. You fail all the time. Remember,
this
I
next one
FOMO'd
is-
into Hitman because I was watching you stream it. Sorry, folks.
This next one is Pokemon Legends Z to A, coming to Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 this Thursday for $59.99. $59.99 on the regular Switch, $69.99 on the Switch 2.
I'll say like the only reason I'm excited for this one specifically is because the last time I was super into Pokemon was X and Y, and it was in the same city, Lumos City here, but this time they're expanding the city and making it like more playable. So
Look at these next gen graphics. Look at this shit. Amazing.
It looks so good, Paul. You're right. I
it's a
forget
JRPG, guys.
what other game that actually looked really good was this company making? It was like an Xbox.
Oh, I know
game.
Shumba.
Yeah.
It was at the showcase or whatever, but I forgot.
Yeah, it
I
was at the
can't
showcase.
fucking remember what it was.
Yeah.
Fuck. What's the name of the developer
it up.
again?
Game Freak.
Game Freak. Yeah.
All right, this next one is a VR game called Reach, coming to Quest 3, PSVR 2, as well as PC for $39.99.
Still making games for VR too? Holy shit.
A Beast of
I think that-
Reincarnation.
I think because it was already coming to PC and Quest,
Yeah.
they were like, why not?
Also gotta put one game out every now and then just to support it so they don't get sued for just discontinuing a product.
Yeah.
Human has returned to the land they left to rot.
What do you mean? We had a game this year.
How wonderful of you to join us.
Now I will say, I wish I liked VR. That's something I've tried getting into multiple times, and I just can't do it.
I got into it for a bit with the MetaQuest 3. I was like boxing for like a month and a half, like
Yeah.
every day.
Boxing is probably the best experience on that headset. Between that and bowling.
I always think
Or at
that
least
like
for me.
Beat Saber looks really cool, but I never played it.
I suck at Beat Saber, so it's like,
Yeah, there's it.
Like I like.
I did mod it on the MetaQuest 3 where you could like put any song and like stuff you want into it, but
yeah.
I think most people use it for like chat and stuff, like the. We got all
Yeah.
the like crazy looking characters walking around and shit like that.
Yeah.
yeah, then just
What's up, Web Dave?
This next one is Keeper, coming to PS5, Series X and S, and PC this Friday for $29.99, or included with your Game Pass Ultimate subscription.
Yeah, Jeff Grubb kind of jumped the gun on his review a little bit, apparently.
It's fine. You can break embargoes when you're somebody like that. No big deal.
When is the embargo for this? Like, we haven't gotten the actual reviews yet, have we? I don't think.
Yeah, all right. This game is extremely weird in the sense we haven't even really got official pricing. There's no price. This game isn't listed on PS5, even though it's supposed to be coming to PS5. There's no pricing on the Xbox site, and there's no pricing on Steam, which doesn't surprise me because Most frustrating thing is that Steam never shows pricing on a lot of their games until the day of.
Yeah. But people have been playing it. It's weird. Any of y'all interested in this one?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to try it for sure, just to see.
Like I just have too much other stuff that I'd rather play before I try to play this.
This is probably something you can beat in less than 20 hours.
Oh, I would hope so. It looks pretty good, but like I don't know if I'd want.
It's an 80-hour game.
I don't know if I'd want to be a lighthouse for 40 hours. You know what I mean?
Alright, this next one is Lumo 2 coming to PS5, Series X and S, Switch, and PC this Friday for $24.99.
There's like a fly in here, and it's like on crack. I've never seen a fly bug around, like fly around as crazily as this thing is, dude. This looks like it's right up Pong's alley.
I mean, you are in Texas, so maybe you got a hold of Randy's supply and just flew into your room.
Maybe. No, this thing is like, I mean, I've never seen a fucking bug move this fast, dude.
This next one is Isla, a Frost Glide coming to PS5, Series X and S, Switch, and PC this Monday for $19.99.
It's like Minecraft 2. They finally made it.
Yeah. Yeah, this game I think was announced 7 years ago.
Oh, I have no idea.
It's been a while.
I could tell you I've not been following this game, so.
You haven't?
No, I already forgot what it was called, to be honest with you.
No, but this has been in development for a while. I'm not sure on the size of the studio. I'm assuming it's like 1 or 2 people making this game, so it's been a long time coming.
Shane G said that a 99-cent Play Anywhere sale just went live. I feel like I'm gonna buy a bunch of these and never play them, or like a bunch of like indie games, or like smaller indie games or something.
The Hayabusa and Raven
Here's a big
ninja
one.
clans have fought
Yep.
to keep
Ninja
peace.
Gaiden 4 coming to PS5, Series X and S, and PC this Monday for $69.99, or included in your Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription.
Thanks.
Awesome.
I owe you one.
I'm really looking forward to this one. I guarantee you I won't beat it though.
Expect heavy resistance from the BDO.
It'll probably be one of those that like I pick up and play, do a couple of missions, and then put down and play the next thing that comes out. And I am planning on trying to put in as much time into Outer Worlds 2 as I can. Like that's the one that I'm like really starting to get antsy for.
Dragon seal. Go back home to
Yo, I used to love Ninja Gaiden.
or die here.
I just like the brutality of this thing.
Yeah. Will you play this, Jasper?
What it takes to slay the dark dragon.
Probably not.
Not your cup
Never
of
really
tea.
been into the kind of, the kind of hacking slashy kind of combat.
Yeah, I was really into it back in the day.
Such as yourself has heard of me. I'm sure.
I think the most I ever got into this kind of combatish kind of thing was like the original God of Wars.
Okay. What about Bayonetta? Did you ever dive into Bayonetta?
No, not my thing.
Devil May Cry?
Don't kill him. The whole world's
Nope.
at stake.
There's another one, Devil May Cry 5.
Play a day
Put a little bit of time into it, but haven't dove into it as much as I want to.
Yeah. Like this next one is Jurassic World Evolution 3 coming to PS5, Series X and S, and PC this Tuesday
Unleashed
for
genetic
$59.99.
power across continents.
Nice.
Just keep making them.
Now it is
Yeah, it's crazy how like a franchise like this can just keep getting sequels, but yet some other franchises are just like, where's the second one?
Franchises.
Yeah.
I know. It's basically the same game over and over again. I mean, again,
Yeah.
it's Tropico, But they've even put them out quicker than like Tropico. Like
to
they put
help
these out like every couple of
life.
years now. Like it's crazy, man.
Find a
Pretty
way.
good though.
Yeah,
Fun
they just
games.
sell a ton of DLC too.
Yeah.
That's all they. It's crazy, but yeah, obviously.
It is. You're right. It is interesting how they like. Oh wow, that looks like the Far Cry editor, bro.
Yeah.
With the yeah,
Deformation.
with the land deformation, yeah, and the like.
The best part is flying in a helicopter and tranquilizing the
Yes.
dinosaurs. You can fly around.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much fun. Or being in the Jeep. It's so cool.
A lot of games
This
this week.
next one,
Ooh, Painkiller.
this next one is Painkiller, coming to
Sabers
PS5, Series X and S, and PC this Tuesday for $39.99.
All you Doom fans, go get this.
Is it co-op?
Sabers is on a roll. Yeah, it's co-op.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, dude.
Bro, it's so good. Painkillers are so good.
I haven't played one.
Ooh. Oh, Mav. Try this. It's good shit right here.
I'll add this to my list of regrets. The graphics look pretty good.
Yeah.
3D Realms. Let's go.
Did you all see the trailer for this game called Rules of Engagement the other day?
No.
Mm-mm.
I think I did.
Because it kind of reminded me of that, but
Vampire
I'll just
the
drop it in the
Masquerade.
DM.
Yeah, finally, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is out for PS5, Series X and S, and PC this Tuesday for $59.99.
Your reputation is legend.
Prince Screen said the demo's on Steam for Painkiller.
Painkiller.
Oh, right on.
Flowered in fire and in fire.
Rules of Engagement looks slower. Jasper?
Yeah, just like I just saw Saber and it kind of reminded me of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I don't know.
Kind of looks. It's a PvE VP shooter. So
Yeah.
interesting. Okay. It looks like The Hunted almost, or whatever it is.
Flacco might take the Bengals to beat the Steelers, guys.
Guess I found my body.
Detective. Is
Can't
there
believe he's still
something we
playing.
can eat?
How's the case? Hot leads, cold bodies, reheated plots.
Is this the multiplayer? This isn't the
why,
multiplayer one.
I think I know what you are.
What?
Vampire the Masquerade.
No,
Yeah,
that
this
was
is
a long
Yeah,
time
yeah, yeah.
ago, bro. This is the sequel that everybody's been waiting on for fucking 15 years.
Yeah, I guess
And
not
they-
me.
and
I was
it's-
thinking about.
Yeah.
I was going to say I was thinking about picking one of these up not too long ago because I was just looking for like kind of spooky games to get into after Silent Hill.
So these are like story-based,
RPG.
like
Yeah.
RP. Okay.
RPGs.
Yeah, I would probably get into that.
Who is he?
They're semi-open world RPGs, but they're heavily like. Well, the first one got a cult following because of consequences, decisions you could do, like all that shit. This one's been through the hands of 4 different developers now, or 3 different developers now. And unfortunately, they locked some of the factions behind DLC, which has turned off the community completely. But obviously, you
okay.
can tell that it's not up to date. Like, they're
Yeah.
putting it out just to get it out. It's been with so many people. Like,
Yeah.
hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. But
This next one is Dispatch, coming to PS5 and PC Wednesday
Where he
for
destroys
$29.99.
and puts you in a coma for months.
like the animation, but
Yeah, it kind of looks like an Invincible a little bit.
yeah. Did you guys
Oh,
see
by
the
the way-
DMs? IGN finally rated the multiplayer for Battlefield 6.
Oh, would they
Yeah.
give it a 3?
An
Now they
ace.
gave it an 8. That gives them an overall score of 6.5.
Well done, IGN. Well done.
Time for you to accept it. You don't got
It's like the best Battlefield we've had in like a decade. And
Bro,
actual heroes. Now, get your flat ass off my bench.
It's that's what I mean. That the average score doesn't work. Like the game's primarily a multiplayer game with an added-on kind of campaign. So it's like you can't give equal weight to the campaign to the multiplayer in this. You know,
You're bound
like
to bother them at some point. If you poke the hive, you're gonna have to the queen.
That's not how bees work. But if we kill
I
the
think they're just
queen,
mad
the
because
queen
they lost
brought
their contact now that Saudi's bought them, and they're like,
You would do that.
well,
Kill
guess we
Israel.
can't say whatever we want now.
I'm flying blind, can't see.
I'm confused about what we do in this game. Is it like a? It says
Choice. It's a story-based choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Choice game.
right on.
I think probably more like a Telltale kind of game or something.
Yeah.
Correct. It's from the same devs that did Wolf Among Us. So,
Yeah, I like the animation. It looks really good, dude. Speaking of Splinter Cell, show came out on
TV
Netflix.
show. Yeah. IGN gave it, I think, a 9 or an 8.
It was like number 10 on Netflix yesterday or something. So I want to give it a shot. I watched the little trailer there on Netflix, like let it hover over it. You know what I mean? Looked pretty good. So.
Oh, this is game of year right here, hands down.
This is Tone coming to iOS and Android this Wednesday, and it's a free-to-play with in-app purchases.
hey, you gotta buy film. Let's go.
You just have to buy an extra. You only get one level. You got to buy every single level.
This is definitely the type of game that I would look at and say, "Oh yeah, in-app purchases, 1000%."
This is the type of game I would look at and be like, "It's 3-bit."
3-bits dropping a whole paycheck in this game. Oh yeah, guys, it's the best ever. It's
He's
great.
probably the developer. We don't even know.
This is the best game since Coffee Talk, guys.
And that's it for this week.
All right.
Ended on a big one. Game of the year, like Jasper said. Let's go.
Yes. Love that. I mean, we got some pretty big games in there this week. You had 2 Xbox games, The Keeper and Ninja Gaiden. You had Vampire the Bloodlines Masquerade 2, but Bloodlines 2, whatever you want to fucking call it. Pokemon,
Yeah,
yes,
Pokemon's
Jasper's
like
bag.
the biggest game.
Yeah,
it is
Painkiller.
the biggest game.
It's gonna be dope.
Painkiller.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty big week. I think it's going to be kind of like that for the rest of like this month and then going into next. So later this month, we won't have a show that week. It'll be like the week of the 30th. We won't have a show then. So we'll have one more show next week, and then won't have a show on the 30th, and we'll be back on the 6th. But I might be streaming some this weekend.
And that'll be my last show next week then. So
Okay.
just so everybody's aware, I already let Mav know and stuff. But chat, just so you know, I'm gonna be taking a hiatus from all podcasting. Well, I've only got 2. I'm down to 2 shows. So this and the shop podcast.
Yeah.
PTK, I don't know when the shop's coming back, but I was gonna let PTK know just after this month, because of what's coming up for me going into the
Got a
new
train
year and
going
stuff.
on.
I just got too much shit to do. So I will be taking a hiatus until I get settled in somewhere. I don't know where yet, but I'll be settled in somewhere, and then I'll come back to podcasting. But I have way too much going on. I really do have to step back. So, so next week will be my last show here, guys. So, anyways, just let you know.
Yeah, I know we'll miss you, but the chair will always remain
I'll be back.
open. So, I'll just pretend like you went to space camp, like Jasper did.
Pretend I went to space camp. You know, I actually found my visor too.
Did you really?
I actually found the yellow visor in all those pictures. Yeah, I found that shit too. I got it all.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you around here, man.
Yeah.
But I know we'll still stay in touch and stuff with everything. Keep
Oh
up,
yeah,
so,
of course. I'll be in the DMs and shit. It's not like I'm disappearing off the face of the planet. I'm
No,
not going,
you're gonna be
I'm not
dead
going-
to me for a little while until you're back.
It's not like I'm going to a boot camp like Jasper or anything, where I can't talk to you.
Hey, it was only for like 2-3 months.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No. Hopefully it'll be pretty quick for me too, and I'll be back at it. It's gonna fly by because shit's gonna be so busy.
Yeah, when
You
life
guys
gets
are gonna have so many
crazy,
games
that
to play.
time moves real fast.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Bro, it already
So-
is. It's slipping by very quickly. So anyway, yep.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you all. So make sure I'll hype up next week as Pong's last show ever, and make sure everybody turns out for that. We'll have a Pong extravaganza.
Dad went to get milk.
Yeah, we don't need that.
But yeah, thank you everybody for being here in the chat. Sorry about the audio issues. I don't know what happened. I'll have to try and figure that out. Thanks for sticking with us. If you did get an Xbox Ally, enjoy it. If not, that's cool too. And let's see we'll be back next week. But hey, Fuzzy Belvedere, thanks for being here, man. Tell everybody where they can find you.
This was awesome being here with you guys. Sorry about being late. Just
You had
love
to feed
talking
those
about
cats.
gaming in general. Yes. No, but yeah, just everybody attack that backlog the best you can. Clear out as many games from it because there's no stopping as far as new games being released. So try to tackle it as best you can. Enjoy the new hardware out there if you've picked it up. Otherwise, enjoy what you have already. Just keep gaming and be safe out there. And want to hear my rambles and rants on gaming? Just do a search for Fuzzy Belvedere. You'll be able to find me.
Right on. Thanks, Fuzz. Appreciate you as always, dude. Jasper, what about you, sir? I don't know if you're how long you're going to be on this schedule or whatever, but thanks for being here this week.
Yeah, yo, Lord Jasper Twitter. If you want to hit me up, you can there. I should be good for like probably towards the end of December-ish, maybe. So we'll see. And then after that, I have no idea. So we'll just do shows when I can.
Yeah, right on me. Where can people find you, sir? Did you already say that?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord Jasper on Twitter. Right on. Or in space, on Space Force, secret base somewhere. And then the one and only Pong Soul.
Amazing night. Thank you everybody for being here. Again, sorry for Mav and all of his issues. Whatever. We got to put up with him too, and just think about what Kate's got to put up with, man. So thankfully we don't have to live with that guy. But anyways, thank you all for being here. Love you all. It was a great night. It was great to be here with the brothers, of course, Jasper and Fuzzy. Thank you guys for jumping in here as well. And Mav, I love you, brother. So you too, bro. I got to give you a little hard time. I sent you a gift this week, so I get to give you a little extra hard time.
Thank you. Yeah, everybody, he sent me this guy is literally a fucking closet Cowboys fan. Because he had in his closet a pristine condition Emmitt Smith poster that was 34 years old from 1991, rolled up, never been opened. He thought it was too priceless and too important to him to actually mess with it.
That's what it was.
So he kept it in pristine condition, and he was like, fuck. I am too afraid to ever use this poster because I love.
Well, I was gonna will it. I was gonna will it to my kid. But I said, you know what? This has got to go somewhere even better. And I thought of you.
Oh, I was touched. I was touched by you. Thank you so much.
Whoa, pause.
No, I was. No, it's awesome. He sent me a DM. Was like, hey, I got something I'm sending you, and I was like, okay. I mean, he wouldn't tell me what it was, and then it finally showed up, and it was at the front door, and it was like a poster thing. I was like, "Is it a fucking poster? Did you send me a poster?" I was like, "What is it?
Yeah.
What kind of poster is it?" Like, I have no fucking clue. I wouldn't have ever thought a Cowboys poster. So I open it up, I see fucking Emmitt Smith. I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" And it's all in the corners from 1991, bro.
91. Yeah.
1991, dude.
Yeah, they don't make them like that anymore, man.
I was 8.
You were 8, yeah.
I was 8 years old.
Yeah, no. For anybody who doesn't know, the story is that I was a massive Barry Sanders fan. Still am a massive Barry Sanders fan. Met him and everything. For my 16th birthday, I had posters all throughout my room. I had all NFL players, though. I was never, even though I was a Vikings fan, even back then, I was an NFL fan. So I've got posters of everybody. But Emmitt Smith was not one of my favorites. The Cowboys were not one of my favorite teams, although I respected them. Of course, Aikman and Irvin, but I really didn't like Emmitt Smith because Emmitt Smith always got the credit, and Barry I always thought was the better back. He just on a terrible team. But anyways, I just figure, and I still don't remember why I had that poster. I forgot that I even had that poster. So when I opened it, I unrolled it because I'm going through everything. I'm throwing stuff, selling stuff because I'm, going to be moving and stuff, and I'm just done with everything. And all of a sudden I unroll it, and I'm like, the hell do I have an Emmett Smith poster? I've got to imagine, like I told Mav, that somebody like my grandma or my aunt, uncle, somebody got that for me for a birthday or for Christmas, just knowing I was an NFL fan overall, and obviously assumed that I like Emmett Smith and got that for me. But why it's pristine is because I opened it up out of the plastic and said, hey, thank you. Oh, great. That's the only thing I can think of. And then rolled it back up, put it back into a tube, and it was been in my storage and just traveled with me since then, since 1991, since I was in high school. So I had to send it to somebody who would appreciate it, and obviously I knew Mav would probably appreciate it. And even if he doesn't appreciate it, I just knew as a Cowboys fan, I had to send it to him.
You just had to upload your trash to someone else.
No, I absolutely do. It's like super awesome, man. I super appreciate it, and thank you so much. I am gonna hang it in here. I am trying to figure out exactly where, but I want to get a frame. Because I feel weird, because I usually the posters just use tacks.
Yeah, I know. No, you do what you want, brother.
No, I ain't gonna put tacks to a poster that's 34 years old in pristine condition. So I want to actually like have it, like in good condition and put it up. But
I get it. Yeah. That's the way all my posters were. But yeah, no, they just don't make them like that anymore. And actually, Jasper, they are collectors' items now. So
yeah, I know. I was just saying,
which is crazy because they're just freaking posters, but they actually are collectors' items now. And I got tons of them. So, anyways, but otherwise, everybody, thank you for being here. Sorry for the side story there, but it was funny that I found it and had to send it to Mav. But thank you all for being here. Nothing but love and respect to each and every single one of you. And I'm going to miss you when I do have to step away after this month. So if next week is my last overall podcast, because again, I don't know when PTK is coming back or not. But if next week is, I'm going to miss y'all. So, but love you all. And again, it's not permanent. I will be back. I just got way too much going on. So I thank you all for being here. Thank you all for putting up with our nonsense and always coming out and supporting our show and everybody else's shows. So you guys know how to find me, Pong Soul, everywhere. And you guys know, hey, it's the golden age of gaming. So please have a great rest of your week. Have a great start to your weekend. And get out there and play some of these freaking amazing games that are freaking out there right now. Like so many. Again, I've been saying this now for like 2 years, but it's true. We just got, each year's gotten better and better, and that's what we talked about was going to happen. It is the golden age of gaming. So get out there, play what you love what you play, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Matt,
right on, man. Thanks, Pong. Appreciate it, and have a good one, everybody. Take it easy. Good night. Peace.